Cancer.
It's with him.
Oi. Where me fans up?
I don't wanna hear no capping, truth be told, your man them lacking. He was out here just stretching cues, but it's loud on my eyesight lagging. Baggage chatting's the youth so tapped, I don't know what happened. More time just out here rapping, sipping this cup, got a man just lagging. I don't wanna hear no capping, truth be told,
Yo, what's up? The lies start now. Can you hear me all right? That's the first thing I got to see, man. Where we at? Lee Torch Boxing is in the house. Can you tell me? Can you hear the sound all right? Can you hear the sound? Give me some love, man. I've only got 5 fans. 7 fans now. Can one of you 7 fans tell me? Yes, acoustic gymnastics. What are you saying, blood? What are you saying? Can you hear me? You hear me good? Sweet, brother. Sweet. We're just going to wait for a few people. A few more peeps to go. Your fans. It's been a long time, man. So I'll do some rap. I'll do some freestyle until my fans come. Easily triple B approach the microphone cause he ain't no joke. Tell your mama to get off of my Corey. I have no time to hear her story. Psychopathic. But the skets are attractive because when triple B hard, his dick is half a yard. In the days of old, I was a nut. Now I'm just a neat who don't give a fuck. Get used to me fans, Spencer, because we would never quit. As soon as you think that's it, bitch, we still talking shit. Corey business in the house. Right, what's going on? Let's have some questions and things, man. It's been a long time, man. I don't know how many people are going to turn up. Fucking beard, man. I don't know how many people are going to turn up. Hopefully a few. I tried to do the David Greenblatt hair, because like he started to pile it up, innit? Like that, on top. He doesn't always wear it flowing anymore, man. Lee Talks Boxing is obviously in the house. Where's Missy Rara at? 10 fans. Make yourself known. I've been drinking this CBD stuff, but it's strong in CBD. It doesn't get you high. But I stopped getting my drink on, so it's meant to help you sleep. So it's a bit difficult to fucking drink it with when you got a big fucking conch like that. You get me? Anyway, y'all know. Hey, yo, what you got here, man? My boy, Chris Williamson. He back. David Greenblatt back, and he black, as always. My man's Kevin in the house. My man's Kevin Lampard. Great to see you back, fella. Yeah, good to see you too, man. I'm sorry I've been away. Whilst I've been away, I started to get, I had in real life stuff happening, all kinds of nonsense. But I've been demonetized because I got grassed up by a fat, degenerate, porcine, fake boxer. So I can't get paid now for 3 months, because of this fat idiot. So if you want to give me some love, cash out Bengo G14. If you look in the description, if you don't want to give me no money, but you still want to show some love, if you look in the description down here, right, there's a link to cash out. Sign up, takes 2 minutes. You get free £10. Chubby gets free £10 once you move £5. So give the Chubby £5. You get a free £5. Chubby gets 15 notes, fam. All right. You know what I'm saying? And I got my mobile here. So I can, like, once you put a cash app in, you give me a message. And I'll call it out. Yeah. I'll put it up on screen or whatnot. Let's have a look here. Yeah. So I got cash app. So if I get anything, it's going to come up here. I'll give you a big up, which is not great, but that's all I can do. And you can put a message. So there you go. Without further ado, retro wagwan. I talk to my boys every day. No homo. Imagine the ones and twos flying to have a drink. Then triple B. Fuck them. I can swear what I want because I'm already demonetized. So fuck the police. Fuck the Middle East. Fuck the Illuminati beast. Boom boom. Fuck Gay J. fuck everybody. Yes, engineer 7654 back in the house. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back. It's good to see you, man. I'm sorry, man. You know, I had all kinds of things going on, including some in real life things. And got a dandy. Tyson Fury is the most gutless heavyweight champ ever. So sad. Yeah, I meant to do some. I mean, I got banned from doing videos for a week, but also like, I wanted to do a video on this, but you know, I read some notes and I'm just like, I'm so bored of this. Talk. I said to everyone that listened, you know, in the pub, on whatever, on the PMs, I said, this fight will not happen. I guarantee it. I guarantee it will not happen. And now people say, oh, Tyson Fury, he's a pussy, he's a coward. I mean, it's weird to me. He fought Deontay Wilder, the biggest puncher ever, got hurt badly, like 3 times, and he fought him 2 times. But now he won't fight a little man who would outweigh by 50 pounds. What's he scared of? Maybe he just losing because of his legacy, innit? Maybe he's bored of boxing. He's doing the sniff, the coke. Imagine the sniff that David Greenblatt would get up his nose with that conk. But I don't know, man. What is it? Why? He just wants to do rubbish fights against shit Zora, Francis and Gubu, yeah, and make easy money. I just don't know. But he's a letdown, and everyone been turning on the fat prick. Acoustic gymnastics. Yes, thank you for the message. It's very scary. The biggest gimp ever. Very disappointing. Without further ado, retro. Imagine. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Yes, sorry, bro. Does the Emperor beat Max? Emperor Michael. So, Emperor Michael, you remember he went up to Eritrea, disappeared. Boom. People thought he'd been whacked. He was in Porky Dungeon. He came back, and he had been to Eritrea. Does he beat Max Jenkins? By the way, that's the grass, just so you know. The guy that had the. And by the way, it's not only just I can't earn money now, but last month's money gets taken away. I don't get paid that because that piece of shit couldn't take some truth. You get me? Yeah. That's right. Lee talks boxing. He would get butt broke on my Emperor Michael. Michael's been rinsing him out. Max Jenkins is the worst boxer I've ever seen, ever, and that includes Ebony Bridges. What these other hoes? He's pathetic, man. He's so bad. Emperor Michael would outbox him. I mean, he's a big guy. Like I say, on the streets, just because he's big, he could grab you. But in boxing, I don't know if you can. You know, who do you fight? 180-pound bums, Czech plumbers who have never, ever been in a ring. You get me? It's pathetic, man. Is Emperor all there upstairs? What, in his heat, man? No, man, obviously he's not. But he's funny, you know. He's fairly intellectual. And, he gives Fear and Porky the porcine pig grief. Yeah. There we are. I was wondering where you was at. Missy Rara in the house. Greetings to you. I hope you're all right. You can fill me in, blood. Adam D. All the old peeps are coming back. Yo, what up, Adam D? It's been a while. Yeah. It's been 3 months. And I've been uploading like erratically. But you know what? Things were. And I started to get my vibe back. And then Grasses gave me a strike. And I got demonetized before that for allegedly. Because too many of my shorts were just clips instead of adding value. I mean, I think that's what shorts are about. You know, they said you're not doing enough of your own content. They're just basically they're just harassing Shabby because they know he's real. That's it, man. Lovely to see you, B. Yes, great to see you too, man. I hope everything's good. Fill us in, man. I read it out. My boy Taylor. It was clear because Sugar Hill was with the Octopus Akoli. Yeah, but it wasn't just that. You can see by the attitude, what he was saying. You know, he went 70-30 thinking Usyk wouldn't take it, right? And then he, because it's insulting. And then he did. And April the 20th, what is it, 26th or something is when he'll be on, and that was like 6 weeks away. There's no way in the big camp for a huge fight you're only going to have a 6-week camp. Sorry. It's Fury's attitude. Can you hear Tyson snoring, man? That's the real Tyson, the dog. Yeah, it's pathetic. Without further ado, retro. Frank Warren says it's on, lads. Not the heavyweight champion of the world. Nah, it's better than that. Triple me back on the live. Yes. But I can't get no money, so as I said, cash at me. Yeah. That's all I've got. I don't get no. You can't give me no. What do you call them? Super shekels. Yeah. I don't get no ad money, thanks to that pig. So I've only got Cash App. So if you do Cash App, remember, like I said, sign up. You'll get a free £10. Should we get a free £10 once you've transferred a fiver? So I don't like to beg or anything, but and they cancelled my money from last month as well because of the strike. Joe Thompson is in the house. Fury inspected Usic's Corey and got spooked. I was going to do a video on that, right? Because there's I probably still will, but there's even though Tyson Fury is obsessed with Corey's, inspecting Corey's statuses, all this kind of thing. And there's a picture of Usyk chopping wood, and you don't look at it. I'm not sitting there staring at Corey's. That's Tyson Fury's business. But there was this big bulge, this huge-looking Corey thing. And then there's another picture of Tyson Fury on the scales. And he got like a nut in there. It's like, when Canelo, you remember Canelo? When he had that camel toe look. It was like that. So I think, Tyson Fury's scared. He's seen the Corey status of Usyk. And he doesn't want anything to do with it. He wants to fight guys with the small Corey like Gay J, with underdeveloped Corey, and Chisora's probably done too many drugs. And Fury, man. My boy Taylor says he's definitely been on drugs. His mind is completely messed up. He's made 180. That's what I thought. He's back on the ting, man. He's back on the ting. Acoustic gymnastics in the house. Is China super creeper what? Taboo. I think he does it to take the piss, Don't get me wrong, he's a bit eccentric. There probably is a level of creepiness there, but it's not. A lot of it's theatre, you know what I'm saying? Lee talks boxing in the house. I think Porky would beat Marco, though. Too big, too strong, too scared. I know you got to be. Have you seen him on the bag? He throws a really interesting overhand right. I mean, it could sometimes the unorthodox fighters can hit you with these mad shots, but no, I don't think so. Porky would probably have a heart attack. What are you talking about, bro? Adam D. Fury's a time waster. You have no interest for the undisputed fight. He wasted Gay J time trying to do so with Usyk. I hope Andy Ruiz Jr. gets a fight and do a number on it. I don't know what's going to happen, man. Usyk will probably fight Daniel Dubois. But it won't be a great payday, but it's still all right. And Dubois is a bum. And that'll end Dubois anyway. You remember, like Frank Warren was bigging him up, right? Dubois. It was this big signing, and he was full of himself, Frank Warren. I got Daniel Dubois. I'm going to put him against Joyce. And then he made Dubois take the piss out of, what's his name? Joyce's mother for being blind. And then Dubois got smoked and quit. And then Kevin Lerena, the cruiserweight, almost knocked him out in the first round. The legs of the man, Dubois, were just going. Huh? Just going. He wasn't even being hit. And then Lerena suddenly remembered, I agreed to throw this fight. Because, Lorena's a nobody. He wouldn't get no payday otherwise. The allegedly fish eyes would have said something like, look, bro, you're getting $500,000 for this. You're not getting that anywhere else. Your best payday has been like 30 grand. We'll give you $500,000, man. But we don't want to see you win. You know what to do. And he hit him with a good shot, boom, by mistake. And he hardly threw another shot. Come on, man. So if Dubois fights Usyk, she'll be beaten. Then what do you do with Dubois? He's not going to earn any money. So I don't know, man. I don't even know if that's going to happen, man. Like Warren's smart, Tyrone Marley in the house. Tying the Sheffield Stranglers on the proud. I quite like when he goes. I mean, the escort things, I'm not really into that kind of thing. I'm not saying I haven't been there. I mean, not the stalking aspect, but now I changed the way I look at things. I wouldn't do that kind of thing now. And I mean, whatever. It's his gift. My boy Shane Bongos. There wouldn't be no live without Shane Bongos. Unfortunately, Shane, because of some haters, my monetization has been taken away, so you can't give me no £3.33 super shekels, but you can give the man some cash ups. And like I said, Shane Bongos, blood clot. Listen, bro, check this out. Shane Bongos in the house has already given me £3.33. Enough love, brother. Enough love. Have you given me a message? You ain't give me no message, fam. Well, anyway, I really appreciate that. So, right on time, my boy Shane Bongos, 333 on a mad cash app. Thank you, brother. You know, I'm a pauper thanks to that fat, degenerate, porcine thief. And you're going to pay, man. I got some bad things lined up. Yeah, some bad things. Real bad things. Oh, legal things, by the way. Anyway, thank you very much, my brother. Little Musgrave in the house. I'm good to see you, my brother. Little Musgrave has a good turning of words. How are Ebony Bridges underwear or socks, blood? Have you got some? That's why he always goes, I can't give you no money, Chubby, because I've got to spend the money on the underwear. Yes, Chubby is back, says Little Musgrave. Are you not doing a collab with the Emperor? There's been talk of me doing collab with the Emperor. There's been talk of me doing collab with Tan. Both of them agreed. Other people asked them. I don't know. I mean, what, in real life? What, on a Zoom call? I consider it. I mean, Tan Booth said, yeah, I'll do that, man, when someone asked him. But, you know, Tan Booth's a lone wolf, I think, anyway. He's quite hard to pin down. I mean, would this be in real life? I mean, I'll be up for it. I don't really leave my mother's basement that much. You know, I haven't really been out of the area for, I can't remember the last time I went somewhere like in the center, whatever. I'm not going up to Sheffield. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, he makes me laugh, Michael, when he rinses out Rollins. The same Rollins. Acoustic gymnastics got verbal diarrhea, fam. What are you talking about, man? Paul is one shady actor. I don't know who you're talking about. I missed that. Oh, Nicola Booley. Sorry, here we go. Shane Moggers. We go back now. I was very interested by this case. Okay, Shane Moggers. I'm not sure Nicola Booley was a real person. Now, this is one of the weirdest things that ever happened. Do you remember? Because it was like actors. You know, the boyfriend didn't seem to give a fuck that she'd gone, doing all these interviews. Yeah? And they're showing pictures of allegedly Nicola Booley, and everyone's going, that ain't Nicola Booley. That's the friend. Sorry, Tyson snoring, man. And it's very odd. It did seem like it was a made-up story. She don't exist, or they're all actors. I don't know what's going on there, man. And then we judged the entire thing. We can't find anyone. And suddenly, about 3 weeks later, there's this body here. Yeah, it stinks, man. I don't know what. I think obviously you could say it's to cover up something big that's going on. Yeah, behind the scenes. They always do this. They release, get people obsessed with story. Something big like laws being passed, unpopular laws, or press releases like on the or something like that. So they're covering something up there. So yeah, I don't know, man. I do not know. But I don't know if we will know, but whatever, man. Yeah, that's right, Tyrone. He did. He got right. I got almost 5,000 subs and loads of views. You know, I have something like 3 million views or something. I mean, a lot of it is from one short, but now not one and I released a video because I got threatened my life. I got threatened to be glassed. I got threatened to my house burnt down. Blah 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 blah. And I was playing with this guy. I ain't gonna say the name because, and then I exposed this on a video. And what happened? I got a strike. Now you can't just get one person complaining and get a strike. You have to get loads of people. If a channel has got the history I got and the subs, one person complaining can make no difference. So he must have got all his bummer club friends. It's disgusting. And I don't get paid for last month either because of this. So yeah, I'm not happy, man. I'm not happy at all. What a scumbag. Yeah, go back to Nicola Booley. That's right. My wife got missing, and I'm worried about my hat, my beard, and it was just so weird. And he goes on that program talking. He never get upset, nothing. John Michelson. What's up, my brother? I'm done with Fury. He's a disgrace. The lies him and Frank have been telling. Shaking my head. Sugar Hill come to the UK to come with the octopus of Coley and booked his ticket back to the States after that fight. I mean, it's pathetic, man. You're not the only one. I see people on forums, on social media, and they're going, who are huge, who back Tyson all the way. They're like, no, I've had enough. I had enough of this piece of shit, man. He'd be pissing me off for a bit now, because he used to be based, and then suddenly he starts doing things like, I don't know, man, kissing Batmans and saying weird stuff, talking about Corey's, messing people around and saying, oh, I'll fight Gay J for free. Oh, I'll fight Usyk on this. People are sick of him, man. Everyone's turned on him. Even his biggest fans, man. Probably not Eyes at Low or some like arse licker like him, obviously. Eyes at the Dwarf Low. Eyes at Low look like one of them, one of them little goblins, like a little court jester type thing. Anyway, yeah. My boy Mbakir, as I call him. The king is back on the labs. Bet them drears fucking stink. What's up smell? Yeah, they smell of shit. Oleg Steroid Usyk. Where you want, blood? I have a BWC. If you don't know, BWC stands for Big White Cock. Fury scared of it. Yeah. You see that? I said, speaking earlier about that picture of Usyk chopping the wood, and he looked like he had a Corey status. I mean, and that is a limp Corey status. I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff, but it looked like his Corey status was serious, and 9. Maybe a bit on the Guido Vianello, right? And Fury's scared of it, yeah. I bet he is, man. Yes. Acoustic gymnastics. Porky couldn't beat his wife. Yeah, I mean, Tyrone goes, Porky's on death's door. I mean, he seems to be on death's door for like 2 years. I mean, I'm not a hater of his. It's such a strange story, and I backed him until he swallowed the Dave Caldwell thing. And he never explained it either because look, his lawyers have told me to back off. Then at least we know. By the way, do you like this like t-shirt? Corey inspection time. Well, obviously he inspected Usyk's Corey, and it was just too big blood. You can still get this, right? I've only sold like 3 items of merch because I spent so long setting it up on Spreadshirt, which had real nice products, and I got zapped. I haven't really been, promoting it anyway. Yeah. Jacques Dandier from France. Eh, bonsoir, mon ami. Yeah, what's up, blood? I hope you're all right. Little Musgrave. Yes, my boy. I don't get Fury. I don't really think he's actually scared to fight Usyk. Yeah, that's what I said. Certainly not Gay J, but he seems keen not to fight them. I think he would fight Gay J before Usyk. I mean, he's never rated Gay J, and that's a big money fight. I don't know. There's several possibilities here. He's on the all the time. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's changing his mind all the time. I said that after the Dillian White fight, when he was changing his mind all the time. And 1 minute he was like hyper, the other minute, this kind of it's got all the characteristics of doing drugs, changing your mind and all that, and then fighting Chisora and all that. Now, I don't know what his game is. Is he really think you can get an Ngubu fight, Francis Ngubu? The UFC guy. I mean, Ngubu's not even that big a name, and he's not the UFC champion anymore, but he's holding out for that. Yeah, Tyson should stand him on his head. Is he wanting for that? Because not much happening. In fact, they're talking about Ngubu fighting Wilder. Is he waiting for Gage? Well, Gage is fighting Franklin, but maybe he thinks that the big British super fight after Gage beats Franklin. Does everyone think Franklin got a chance? Does everyone think? I don't know, man. He's so gun shy, Gage. I don't know. I don't know what Fury's game is. I think he's high. You don't know what he's doing, and he doesn't think that. But he's been offered such a big payday, 70-30 is an insult to Usyk. I mean, we get what, like 50 mil or something, 30 mil from that. But for some reason, I think he knows it's a risky fight. But I don't know. Lee Talks Boxing, my boy. Remember, Lee Talks Boxing has a channel. Yeah. So you go check it out. He's getting his subs up. But because he speaks real, he talks real, he gets persecuted by YouTube. Anyway, sorry, I didn't even read your question. What's up, man? Fury would absolutely batter Andy Ruiz. Yeah, someone mentioned earlier he should fight him. It would be more competitive than Chisora fights low. Yeah, I don't. I don't know if I quite go as far as saying Chisora be more competitive, but Andy Ruiz, apart from the Gage fight, he's never been impressive. He's fat. I will always buoy him up though. He made me sit with his tattoos on his batty and all that, and he's so greedy. But I always have to back him because I want almost a grand on him beating Gay J, and that was one of the best, most funniest, most memorable fights. Seeing Gay J get battered. But yeah, I just don't think he'd have a chance against Fury. He doesn't, he doesn't have enough of his weaponry. What's he gonna do? He doesn't throw that many shots. He can punch, but he's not like Monster. He's got these small arms. Nah, come on, man. I'm not really interested in that fight, man. I'm not really interested in that fight. Oleg Steroid Usyk, the mental health advocate, Tyson Fury, taking a mick out of my appearance. Yeah, he's a well-known hypocrite, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole mental health thing's a scam anyway. Acoustics, Triple D. Paid that cat to stop punching him in the Cuba. Yeah, not Triple B. Dangerous, Daniel Dubon. Yeah, it was so weird, man. He dropped 3 times in one round, Dubon, even though he only got hit once. His legs were so gone. Anyone who's ever boxed, or even who hadn't boxed, would have jumped on him. Definitely paid. It's a shame, really. He should have. You know what he should have done? What's his face? Whatever, the South African dude, right? He should have just thought, you know what? I don't care if I piss Frank Warren fish eyes off. I'm going to knock out his boy, and from that he would get some decent paydays. My boy, Cannon. Yes, she'll be back. Yes, bro. In fact, it's great to be back. I don't know why I left it so long. I had all kinds of problems and things and in real life, but I don't know. I was dispirited. Unfortunately, now being demonetized. So all I can do is get cash up from me fans. Oleg Steroid Usyk. Shane Bogos, how is the circumcised score? Yeah, Shane, I remember said he has a 5.5 Corey status cut. There we go. But yeah, thank you for your 333, my brother. You're turned with a knife. Oh, thanks. Shane goes, yeah, I attached it today. Why? Oh, come on, blood. You're talking about Corey businessman. Acoustic say, I think Chip will be an Emperor tag team against Porky and Max. Easy money. Yeah, of course it's easy money, but I still need to train. I haven't been barely out of my basement, my mother's basement. I just get a bit fit. Even a guy as bad as Porky, all right, maybe not Porky, okay, but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have trained, to be honest with you. My boy Yapira Chiji, go out and try and find a Kang again. I know who you're talking to or what you're talking about, but find a Kang for real. There's many Kangs about. We was Kangs. Remember that. We was Kangs. Go to Dande. Usyk has KO'd Tyson Fury. Well, he's KO'd, in the mind games in the match for sure. And yeah, Tyson's expecting Corey's all day. Mbakir, my boy, Mbakir. Tyson Fury. Huh? He's Dave Allen Benton. Nothing would surprise me. I don't think he could go that low, but who could he box? I think he's waiting around for either Ngubu or Gage for that payday. That's what I think. I really do. I really do think. I think he's got a coke problem. I don't think he's in the right place to train. Forget about him. You know what? Jack, you already said that, bloody. Have you got that Tourette syndrome? Bonjour, mon ami. Bonsoir. Yeah, I know. Missy Rara with an interesting boxing question. What are you thinking on the Arthur? That must be Lyndon Arthur fight tomorrow night. Well, it's nice to have a fight on normal TV. I'll tell you what, man. I don't really rate Lyndon Arthur. His son of Edwards is bodyguard. When son of Edwards was threatening to come around my house, which wasn't my house, but I said, don't you bring no Lyndon Arthur, bruv. Don't. You're Lyndon Arthur, your bodyguard. You come on your own blood. I wouldn't come. I go, no, you wouldn't. Because you get knocked out. Anyway, see, I looked at Lyndon Arthur's decent, but I don't know, man. I don't rate him that much. And he got stopped by Yard, after beating him on points. The guy is fighting. He's got something like 8 wins, 17 KOs, but he's also been carrying around, or admittedly by a very good guy. Anyone get caught in the first half. He's something like 8-1 or 9-1 the Argentinian. I'm not saying he'll win, but to me, I'm like, that's a bit too long. So I'll dump a 5 on it. But I can't find much footage of him. Only the fight where he gets knocked out in a round, as I said, by a skilled guy. So I don't know, man. I would say that he's definitely worth more than 9-1 by his record alone. So I'd like to see an upset. I see Sonny cry because his bodyguard being bashed up. It might be like who was that one that got bashed up? Moses, not Moses Itauma, the brother. What's his name? I can't remember now. But the older Itauma, who light away, he got smashed up by a random Argentinian. Yes, who we got here? We got my boy Yari Ballard in the house. The king is back. Not the king, the Kang. I'm the Kang, man, blood. I am him. I am him, blood. Always have been. Yeah, Shane Mongo's chat like Missy Rara in the chat. Oh no, just asking a question. But guys, be okay. Acoustics. I ask Franklin. Will he be? Franklin will be paid to jump on the floor. Yeah, maybe. But I also think they realize he's not that super, and Gage should win. He hasn't got. Gage is scared of people with power. Yeah. He wasn't scared of Usyk. He just wasn't nearly good enough. That's all. Whereas he was scared of Ruiz because after he knocked him out, and paid to jump on the floor. I just think they feel it'd be too good for Franklin. I don't know if I'd pay him. He's not really got any power, Franklin, and he's fat. I wouldn't be surprised if Gage won on points. To be honest with you. Shane, my boy Shane. Franklin seems like a nice chocolate man. Hopefully he wins. I was talking to one of my fans the other day, like Ricky Hatton. I was talking to one of my fans, and he goes, "I'd really like to see Gage get beaten up by Franklin." I said, "Yeah, I would take that. I'd love." But there's part of me that wants to see Tyson Fury Gage. I was, because that's one of those big fights that should have happened, like Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, and Tyson Fury is an asshole at the moment. Everyone's pissed at him, but the build up to that fight should be fun. I mean, it'd be like another big fight that probably won't happen, but I kind of almost would like to see that fight happen. For that fight to happen, Franklin can't win, but I'll take the Franklin win. I'd laugh, man. Forget about it. Tyrone, yeah, Gage beats Franklin, yeah. Okay, we're on points. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised about points, man. Without further ado, I think Fury scared Francis. It's supposed to be Francis and Gubu, right? When Tyson started questioning his Corey, you see that face. You remember, like Gubu's like, "What? What are you talking about?" He goes, "You're Corey," and he's looking out. Have you got a big Corey? And Gubu's like horrified to look in his eye, man. Steroid says Ngubu has a small Corey. Yeah, he might be one of these big guys like Gage, who has a really small Corey. And Francis, he's doing a lot of drugs. Whoa, my boy, Nordic Warrior, back in the house. The return of the triple, return of the beat. Once again, I'm back. Yeah, thank you, brother. Good to see you. Obviously, I've been following your videos. Nordic Warrior's got a nice channel-based guy. Check him out. Yeah. I know it's been a long time, man. And I got all kinds of problems that have been demonetized, but yeah, whatever, man. It's great to be here with me fans, Ricky Hatton. Me fans are better than the Ricky Hatton. Yeah? Let me see if I got any more love, because I can only earn through Cash App. Shane kindly gave me 233. Yeah, if you want to give me some, you can't give super shekels. I can't get no ad revenue for June because of the grass. God bless you too, Nordic, my man. I hope you're well, brother. My boy Reese. Yeah, I remember me funds. How many individual funds does Ricky Hatton know? I'll ask you that. It was, it's great for me funds. Oh, would that be 90 quid to sit in the gods and watch me have an exhibition against Marco Antonio Barrera? And if you got $1,000, you can sit in the front. Fucking Ricky Hatton. Hey, what up, my man? What up, my man? God bless, bro. God bless you too, my brother. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good because me fans as well are friends, and so they chat in the they chat to each other in the Corey inspection time. Usyk, your Corey status is too big. I'm not fighting you. But yeah, me fans like to chat as well, which is great. So Nordic says about the possible Ruiz Fury match. Riz win the pie eating contest. He win against anyone in the pie eating contest. Maybe not Butterbean, but yeah, maybe even Butterbean, you know. I don't know. You know, Butterbean, I did a video on this. He said his problem, his main addiction, no, it wasn't drinking beer. It wasn't eating. Apparently, it was pum-pum. I mean, come on, blood. It's obviously pie, isn't it, man? Fiffle Faffle. What up? What up, Fiffle Faffle? What's up? What you got to say? No, Fliffle Flaffle. Excuse me. I think Fury is not the same since the third Wilder fight. A lot of right hand damage and permanent Fury. He knows it. He's taken some big blows from Wilder. He's never really. I mean, yeah, especially when you've been hit hard, it can mess you up. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I just think he's lost. I mean, he fought Wilder 3 times, crying out loud. That's after almost being flattened. After almost being put in a shadow realm by Wilder in the first fight. So I just think he's on the yayo. He's confused. He just wants a lot of money for a whack fight, basically. Yeah, so who's next? We got my boy, Bang, Dirty Patty from the lovely Green Emerald Isle. What you say? Who's your favorite fighter right now? I like Nick Ball. Hashtag no homo. Yeah, I'm glad you added no homo. Nick Ball is that little guy beat up Isaac Lowe, yeah. He's like the miniature white Matt Tyson. But yeah, he's funny. He's a nice guy. He's my favorite fighter. I never really have a favorite fighter. Let me think. Yeah, probably Campbell and Hatton. Campbell and Hatton. Man, that guy's whack. Who do I think? I don't know, man. You know, I have to think about that. It's obviously not Sonny Edwards either. He's not really a fighter, though, is he? He's a runner. I like this Nick Ball, but I'm not sure. What I want, I like to keep an eye on the heavyweights. I quite like Richard Torres Jr. Yeah, weirdly, because he's quite original look. He got a silver medal, but he also got flattened by Bololov, but he came out to lose on points. He got this like moustache and this kind of Tom Selleck look. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying my favorite fighter, but yeah, I like to watch him. Let's see how far he goes. God, Danny is in the house. He'll be fighting Char then David Price. Char, yeah, unfortunately, that's how bad it is. Price, I don't know, man. Not even surely that could be. How's that people should be pushing 5K subs? He's got any more women wanting to move into the basement with you and Tyson. I think my only woman fan is Mishirala, and yeah. Any women? I mean, the Chippy keeps on the low, you know, his life. I haven't been on. I don't go on no Tinder. You know, occasionally I go to the local pub, but no, man, there's not really any women thing going on. But I'm not looking for pum pum at the moment. It may change, but I don't. Pum pum is not for me right now. You know, like I said, when I was a youth. No, not you. Like when I was in my 20s, 30s, the pum pum I got was just incredible. I was so greedy. I went to the pum pum bar. This. So I've had too much pum pum probably. Nordic. We should retire from boxing. He's just a fat waste of time. But he gave us that Gay J win, yeah? and the 800 or 900 pounds I got out of it. So I'm cool with that. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, the old mental health thing. Whose mental health was recently damaged? Connor Bum. Yeah, even though he was laughing with his dad and posting all that about it, my mental health. You know, you should have eaten so many eggs, you pussy-hole. My mental health. I'm gonna quite a lot of comments here, which is great. Nice to have you back, B. Yeah, what up, Missy? Also nice to see fellow fans supporting our culture. Yes, bro. Is that our cult or our culture? Yeah. I love me fans. No one loves his fans more than the Triple B. It's like, without fans, there ain't no channel. You feel me? I wouldn't charge nobody £90 to come and watch me beat up Porky. There's so many comments, man. People be chatting. It's like a reunion, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Bang Daddy Paddy. Rumors Peter Fury has been getting hold of Savannah Fury. Marshall, I heard that. You know, because, you know, I said I've done a video on it, and I said, what's the face? like Huey, he was trying to match up Huey Fury to make the Savannah Fury to make the future next great heavyweight champion. And I can't remember who it was, someone said that they listened to the door of the hotel and heard Huey and what's her face? No, they said it's all Peter Fury with a cup to the hotel door listening to see if Huey was mating with Savannah. But I don't know, he's not done the business. He's like quite a simple guy, What he wants is a bit of stew, getting me sit in a caravan, take a dump in the woods. And, he might be one of those guys who's not really into sex. He's a very simple guy. So maybe Peter took over. But I've heard that, and that's probably why they're falling out now, man. Sonny's a bad man from that ends. We know that, fam. We know that. He threatened me, man. I'll tell you what, I was scared. Very scared, man. Very, very scared. Bang Daddy in the house. Genuinely, Sonnet Ed was length predictions. Oh, Corey length. Surely can't be more than 2 inches. No, I don't. Oh, blood clot. I don't like to think about his Corey size, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But he's managed to do some oil drilling with it. I don't know if it's this big, but he's drilled into some oil with it. So who knows, man? Who knows? You got it in the oil well. You went down the oil well. Oh, got to die. But Turbiev should move to heavyweight, clean out all the Fury bombs. He's just too small. Also, he's like 39, but Yeah, Alexander Fury. I mean, Gubu was absolutely disgusted. It was shameful. Even he, like African, from the jungle, was disgusted with that kind of talk. All it says, me fans are like family. No, they're better than family, because family is always like slagging off the rest of the family, and like families like, and there always jealousies, and when the grandmother dies and someone gets a few thousand more than the others, that hate each other. So me fans are not like that. They're better, certainly better than Ricky Hatton's fucking fans. Ruiz with Max Jenkins in a pie contest. It's got to be Ruiz, even though Max Jenkins is fatter, because he's such a pig, isn't he, that one? But Ruiz has got more heart. He will carry on stuffing those tacos, those pizzas, them pies. If you've seen the videos on him on YouTube, he's worse than Terence Crawford's wife, with a pizza in each hand. I mean, that guy's got a heart for. He's got a heart anyway, Ruiz. He's got a heart for boxing, but not training, but inside the ring. But he's got a heart at the dinner table. He would carry on eating. It doesn't matter if he couldn't fit any more, you'd still manage to fit another one. So yeah, Ruiz. Remember Peter Fury got caught smashing Savannah? Trying to teach you. So what you gotta do, Huey? You got to get your Corey out, right? Savannah, open your legs, Savvy. You get your Corey out. All right. No, you gotta wait till it's hard, Huey. You got to wait till it's hard. Look, get out, fucking way. Yeah, I can imagine that sickness, man. Them guys, that family's messed up. Oh, that's interesting. Good memory. Gutter dandy. Nevian Pakic could come back and floor Fury again. Yeah, I remember that fight. Steve Cunningham also floored him. He's not a big puncher. But Fury, he goes over, but he's got good recovery. And also, even if you're small, you're not a puncher. If you hit someone right on the end of the chin, especially early on before the guys warmed up, you can put a man over. But I mean, he's got up from Wilder's big shots. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Adam D in the house. This is an interesting fight. Thank you for bringing this up. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plants. Your thought? I had this as roughly an even fight, but Caleb is an underdog by like 2.5 to 1 or whatever. So it's 3.5 decimal, and it's been getting bigger. I'm surprised by that. Caleb looks in great shape. He always is. He's a good boxer. Benavidez is kind of untested. People say, oh, he's a puncher. Well, punching bums out. He's fat. I think he's struggling with the weight. Apparently doesn't look good. I think Caleb has a very good chance. I would expect him to win on points. I'll probably put a tenner on Caleb. I think it's like an even fight. I'd like him to win. I don't know, Benavidez. I never really warmed to that guy. PB is in the house. Hello, brother. Fury had a spy in the Usic camp. The spy report by the Usic was a pumped up cruiser we had. The choreo is super heavy. Fury is spooked. I mean, yeah, all over the forums on social media, people think it's a Corey issue. It's not a boxing issue. It's an actual Corey issue. Porky's Corner. That can't be the real Porky. Should be. What happened to that rat standing in the Fogel? It could be, but I don't think it is. People always have fake names, man. So, in brief, I've done bits and pieces of video, but in brief, a certain grass gave a certain fat grass some details of a person they thought was a Trip B. They threatened and doxed him. Trip B give a burner phone and a burner email using this guy's name, suspect. A certain fat guy didn't have the balls to ring out the burner phone, even though he made enough threats. So he passed it on to Sonny Edwards. Sonny Edwards call up the Triple B, thinking his name is George Patel, okay, who's a real person, but some mentally ill guy, you know. Imagine that, 3 people picking on a little mentally ill guy, and yeah, you're like, you know, I know, you know, you doing any videos? Are you doing any videos tonight and all that shit? And I'm like, Sonny, is that Sonny Edwards? You can tell the rat's voice. No, why would Sonny Edwards be ringing you in it? They had this long conversation. I'm just going, you're a mug, you're a dwarf, you're an oil driller. I'll knock you. I'm not coming around your ass. I go, no, of course you won't, because I'll knock you out, man. You little pussy-o. It goes on for about 15 minutes. I recorded it. And anyway, afterwards, he's on Twitter and he smashes his phone because he got rinsed. But, you know, he contacted me afterwards because he started trying to dox this guy who he thought was a Triple B. And I'm saying, mate, let me just tell you, you're getting yourself in a lot of trouble, boy, because this person you're trying to dox is not the Triple B. Yeah, and you've been threatening. I've got you on phone, threatening, making fun of autistic people, making fun of Batmans, which I don't care about, and making threats. This is week for his fight. Yeah, week for a world title fight. And I thought, you know what? I should let him have the rope and hung himself, but I thought, you know, it's getting a bit out of hand because there's a real person here at stake, and he's been doxxed. They've given him a name, they've given him an address. Yeah, this guy's like some mentally ill guy who I don't know how they came to the conclusion that he was Triple B, but so I called an end to it. I said, listen, take that shit down, yeah, and I won't release the stuff that I got on you. And then I get this. People are like, oh, you got cut by what's his face? Sonny. I'm in a ziff. I've got the call, so I might release it. I might release the call at some stage. You know, I mean, I let that guy go off easy, man. And I took the heat for that. You know, I'm a bit pissed, you know, but whatever, man. Whatever, man. Pollock Steroid says, I have no pum-pum. No, you got a huge Corey, but you got a lovely bit of pum-pum. That's your wife, blood. Said, nah, it's in it, man. Yes, my boy Reese. Us don't need women. That's right. We're doing it much more. Yeah, man. I do no fap as well, so I don't sit there cracking one off. It's a bit disgraceful if you think about it. Yeah, you're watching some woman with some other man with his Corey out, and you're whacking, and you bust a nut, and you got nut everywhere. You know it's been normalized, but you know what? That's some creepy stuff, blood. You know, I'm ashamed of myself. I do that kind of thing these days. Sonny Randall should be threatening his life. Bang that a bit. That's right. It was hilarious, man. And I got the recording. You know, I might release it. I don't know. I feel a bit sorry for Sonny because, in fact, I shouldn't. You know, and I said to him, "Why you stitch up Danny Flex and why you do?" He came on the live. Remember that time? He had no good answer. Oh, he's racist. I go, "What says racist?" He said Danny Flex said, "Oh, I know I'm the wrong color, but I hope you can still come and see me." How's that fucking racist, blood? He ruined Danny Flexen's. Almost ruined his career over just flirting. Yeah, I was annoyed at that. Very annoyed at that. Yeah. Anyway, Yakub. You know who Yakub is, right? So he was a black guy back in Africa, things like that. I think Greece as well. A very intelligent guy, had a massive head, with a huge brain, and he was a nerd. So he used to get rinsed by you know the whatever, the black chads or whatnot, and he used to get rinsed. So he invented the white man, the evil white man, to revenge on the African race, and the white man ruined the African race. I mean, honestly, the Nation of Islam, they said that. So yeah, hi Yakub. The fight starts now. I'll tell you what starts now. The lies start now. Oh, Greenblatt, man, he's such a lie. You know, he says he's 6'9". 6'9". I got a bunch of his other lies. I need to do another video on him. He claims he's 6'9". Tyson claims he's 6'9", and he's a liar. He's 6'7". Greenblatt's like 6'2". Even when he's got his hair like that in a bun, he's like 6'4". He's the biggest liar in the world. I don't want your big nose from all that lying, fam. Embakir. Chubby, got any clue what's been going on with the family court with Peter Fury, Savannah Marshall, and Huey Fury? They're just trying to Peter or Huey. I don't think Huey can do it. So Peter's taken over, and he's taking care of business with Savannah because he wants to make the super heavyweight champion. He's so bitter that his brother, Big John, Gypsy John, managed to procreate, Tyson Fury. Whereas Peter got Huey. He was not a bad kid, man. He's a simple man. He likes caravans. He likes stews. He likes taking his shit in the woods. But he's not doing the business. He's probably not even interested in sex. He just wants to graft and then, you have some stew. Porky's Corner. Like I said, I don't think it's a real. Should be. That's right. That son threatened my life. Yeah, man. It's just, who's going to be scared of that, man? Come on. Who's going to be scared of that? It's like if many bitches threaten my life. I'm hardly going to be shaking, am I, man? Yakub, the man with the big head. Yeah, the evil man who created the white race. It's Peter Fury. You just get Huey Sperm and choose the most viable tadpole for insemination. Yeah, he needs some, he needs to get some science on his side and take it more seriously. But I think, they're from a culture they're not really into all that kind of stuff. He's like, get out away, get off her. And then Peter's like, leave it up to me. Get on, bang, 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 bang. So I think it's going to be Peter's baby in the end. Inversion. I haven't seen. Yeah, where's the virgin at? What's up, Triple? I'm okay, blood, but I've been demonetized. Yeah, I've been demonetized, like I said. Grasses have been grass. The only thing I've got is Cash App. So if someone can Cash App me, that'd be good. Shane Moggles can be cheated. If you haven't used Cash App, by the way, and it'll become a big app for transferring money. People will pay for their drugs with it. It takes like 2 minutes to sign up. You go down there, right, in my description. You hit the affiliate link. It takes less than 2 minutes to sign up. You don't have to use your real name. And you can move money to your friends in an instant. And you will get £10 free, and so does Triple. You get £10 free on your first transfer. So let's say, you could give Triple B £10 bonus, £5 transferred, £15, and you get £10. So you make £5. Everybody win. And that's the only way I get money because of grasses. Oh yeah, no one's giving me anything. Okay. Yeah, cool. Never trust fat people. Yeah. I don't, because they're so greedy, aren't they? Like, you know what I'm saying? Inversion says I missed 47 minutes. Yes, brother. You can rewatch it. I mean, we just been chatting. It's good to see you, man. Glad you're here anyway. Gutter, I'm not answering that sickness. I don't talk about batte hole type business. Batte hole business. I don't know. He wants to know if Peter's been taking her in the batte hole. I don't think so, because he knows how to impregnate women. This is bigger than Fury Corey. Yeah, it's because I'm such a liar. It's also like a genetic thing. Ember Kid, anyone looking forward to watching Okoli, the octopus, hugging yet another man in the ring? Heard they're giving tickets for free on a card. I mean, no one cares about Okoli. I mean, actually, hasn't got a bad stoppage rate. The guy he's fighting has got like unbeaten in 20 with 12 knockouts. He got knocked out in a round by something Nika, some other prospect. Knocked out, not stopped, knocked out. I expected Collie was stopping. No one cares about that fight, man. Ricky Outten and his fans. Ricky was a great fighter, one of my favourite fighters to watch. Yeah, he was exciting. And then he turned into a bum, and not fighting was the gimp mask, and he spent all the time getting fat, right? So when he got into camp, he just had to lose the weight, and a lot of fans went over to watch him fight. He kind of let them down by not keeping himself at least within the sort of weight range, or he could have gone running or something. Yeah, but anyway, he's degenerate now, and his stupid son can't bend. Did you, Lee? What did you watch? Ricky Hatton's exhibition with Marco Antonio Barrera. What did you think about that? Anyway, my boy Marco Gambo did it like a dog. If you did Savannah like a dog, yeah, that's the only way they do it in that culture, right? The doggy style. Antisocial DNB says, what is that, man? I can't see it. What is that thing? Chicken? Is that a chicken? And because there's Porky in the chat. Is it the real one, though? Is it? Because you can change. I mean, I know it's got the same avatar and it's got the same name. I hope it is the real Porky. I quite like Porky. Like I said, we might have had a bit of back and forth, a bit of pushing and shoving, but you know what? Like, he will at least, unlike sporting Shilicons and peeps and Coogan, obviously, with his bent legs, will at least pull people up. I'm just annoyed that what's his face, Dave Corlett got away with it. Shame, Mark Pickett. He enjoys. Oh, come on, blood. I should have clicked on that. Lee talks boxing is in the house. I like Caleb Plant. Reminds you of myself being an oil drill. You know what? Like, it's quite weird that Caleb come from one of the whitest towns in the US. They got loads of like blonde cheerleaders, but he just likes oil drilling, man. And he plays the life as well, don't he? Because he's like he got great. He didn't know what to spend his money on. Some ghetto guy, he bought loads and loads of trainers, and they were in a box. Look at my shoe collection. I never wear. What kind of idiocy is that, man? It's probably 9:45 p.m. in the UK. What are you talking about, fam? It's 8:47. You might talk about something else. Sorry, bro. 8:45 p.m. I don't know what you're talking about, bro, but I should have listened. These talks boxing. Benavidez on points. Talk about Caleb Plant. I hope Caleb wins. I hope Caleb, the oil driller, wins. Inversion has Caleb winning. I mean, I think it's a 50-50 fight. He's an underdog, Caleb, so I put a 10 on it. Gotcha. Porky disappeared. Porky's corner around him. Yeah, I think so. I think he uploads quite a lot, actually. He uploads quite a lot. Bang, Daddy Paddy. Big Josh loves to nosh. Screams real whiny when he's getting drilled by Heine. Oh, GJ. Big Josh loves to nosh. Screams real whiny when he's getting all drilled by Ben Heine. Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious. I did a video, obviously. When I like to talk about me on videos to me fans. There was just been interviewed, right? And Eddie Hearn comes, right? And the camera's down. So then they think the interview's over, that it's not filming. He goes, what's up? Oh, yeah. Oh, how you doing, man? You can walk around the mall now. You can have coffee, yeah. And Heine was telling me this, and then Gage starts going, yeah, well, me and Heine don't really go out much. This man's well just admit, I'm a batty man. My boy's Ben Heine. Yakub says Porky died of skag. I don't know. He likes the brown, that's for sure, but I don't think so. Pierce Brosnan, where you at, Pierce? Shout out to the fans. How you doing, Chubby? Thought Porky hacked you to kebabs or sitting behind door. Yeah, they thought the same thing about Emperor Michael, but nah. I just been in real life stuff. I got a bit dispirited. I was getting my drink on a lot. I was just, how can you look around the world and not think this is wrong? This is every time. And I would just, I don't like no winter either, because I've got Mozambican blood in me. So, like the winter's very cold. But I'm back now. But I've been demonetized, like I said, so I can't make money no more. And I got a week strike. I couldn't upload. I'm very annoyed. Grasses. Got to down, he says. So Sonny comes to South Boston will teach you some manners. You don't need to go to South Boston to get some manners. You got taught anyway, man. You got rinsed, man. He got humiliated. He broke his phone, didn't he? He put it on Twitter after I embarrassed him. But, I don't dislike Sonny. I mean, he came across a reasonably human. What he shouldn't do is, he thinks he's brighter than he is, and he'll sort of block anyone that has actually got some brain. And he'll just boast about, I'm earning all this money. You're not really, mate, because you don't get paid big paydays. And no one likes someone who sit around boasting and talking. I don't care about how he dresses and if he wants to talk like a wigger or whatnot. But especially when you're 8 stone, you're better off being a fun guy, laughing with people on Twitter and having a laugh and putting silly stuff up rather than boasting. Yeah, bloody, you ain't got money in it. You haven't got any money. Your best payday was getting shit on by a sheik. Yeah. So you know, no, you don't know. You can't big yourself up, man, because you're a 5'3" and 8 stone. You get me? Okay, my boy Martin Smith talking about boxing in the house. Plant schools, Benavides this weekend. I hope so, because I put a little bit of money on him. I also got him in some accumulators, Caleb. I hope so. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I think the odds are too much towards Benavides. Version Inoue beats Fulton. I think that's been delayed. I still think Fulton's got a chance, and Japan are one of those weird places where like they're actually very fair in the judges. In fact, they're so fair that sometimes they go towards the foreigner fighting. You know, it's not out of the question that Fulton will outpoint Inoue. He's moving up, right? In weight, Inoue. Steroid all 6 scores. I prefer Loma to my wife. My wife barely gives me a Loma gives his batty whatever, and it's more freaky. That's disgusting. They're quite friendly, them two, and there's some weird pictures that exist. I hope not. You know, that's all I can say. Pierce Brosnan is in the house, and he says, watching pornography is mental cuckoldry. I agree. I quit it years ago, so I realized how degenerate it was. It isn't 100%. Right. So when I was a youth, right, I was obsessed with women from a young age, from the age of 8. But all I'd seen was, you know, I mean, even then, they were already getting in your head, you know, like pop stars dressing skimpily. I was in love with the elf in Dungeons and Dragons. All it was just in a cartoon. I was this blonde girl with and it was you know, very shapely body. The first and softcore porn, my head would start spinning, seeing breasts and stuff. Women, beautiful women. I saw my first actual pum pum in a magazine about 11, and I was like, wow, that looked a bit ugly. That's uglier than I thought it was. Because before I'd only seen drawings and biology, you know, like magazines, books and things. And it was a bit uglier than I thought, you know, like an axe wound. And, you know, like someone cleaved it. I was like, oh, no, yeah, I don't know. You know why? Because you know, women's beautiful. Beautiful woman is beautiful. All of her, like her face, her eyes, her hips, her lips, her eyes, her thighs. Get me? But not the batty hole, okay? And the pum pum. Why? Because they are functional pieces of equipment. They're not meant to be beautiful. The other parts of women are beautiful. Her lips, her thighs, yeah, her hips, her eyes. Yeah, you get me? Her hair. What is ting? You're not meant to stare at someone's batty hole and go, gee, that's a beautiful batty hole, because it's a functional item for waste. And the same thing with the pum pum, because you're not meant to show off. It's used for. And the same thing with a man's Corey. It's not meant to look nice. It's not going to be attractive. You get me? And when I first saw actual hardcore porn, I was disgusted. I was 13, and I was like, blood clot, oh, gross. I don't want to see a man's Corey and his hairy butt and his sagging, you know, nuts and things. I was like, oh, this is a bit gross. I just want to see a beautiful naked woman. Yeah. But like anything, you see things again and again and again, and eventually you get used to it. But as my boy Pierce said, pornography is the ultimate mental cuckoldry. It makes you weak. Yeah. Makes you have a quick dopamine hit, but it's not really satisfying. There's no way they're whacking over someone else having sex, which is a weird concept, right? Is as satisfying as being with a woman. I mean, yeah. I totally agree with that, man. It's quite hard to get away from it because it's shoved in your face all the time. And this is part of an agenda. It's done on purpose. Sexualize everyone. Get them obsessed with it. Break up family values. Make them degenerate. Make them into battymans. Yep, I've got to put this up. This is, right, this guy, Al Goldstein, yeah, creator of magazine, he said that exactly. Yeah. It's well known. And look who runs all the pornography, Mind Geek and all that kind of thing. Just go. There've been tracts written about this over and over again since 1900. You know what the Weimar Republic is in Germany after the Second World War? Check it out. That's a good red pill. Okay, check that out. There's a film called Europa, The Last War or something. Check that out. Shit. Can you hear me still? It's incredible. The Last Battle, Europa, The Last Battle. Check that out. I'll tell you, you'll find out there's been an agenda to break up family values, to get people obsessed with pornography, entertainment, music, bread and circus. All this stuff that's going on has been written, yeah, planned. You know, it's nothing organic about this nonsense. My boy Pierce, Greenblatt 6'9" when he puts them dreads. Yeah, he's a very weird guy. He's such a liar as well. And where he come from, man? You know, I'm sure he claimed he was in Vietnam and he was at 9/11, all this kind of weird things, man. Lito's boxing. I actually haven't seen. Ricky Attenby's Marco Antonio Barrera. In all honesty, as I said, I did a video on it for an exhibition. Yeah, it was not bad, actually. I mean, they're not as old as see the Roy Jones Mike Tyson was so bad, it was humiliating. Like, so two bad actors pretending to be the real Roy Jones in a B movie, but they actually were right. But you know what I noticed was really funny, right? Ricky, the ref would allow Ricky to occasionally throw in a big shot on Barrera, who fought a low weight, by the way, for most of his career. But as soon as Barrera just landed a hard shot, no, he'd tell him off. You know, typical British referee, man. And then afterwards, Ricky's going, "It's so good for me, funds, seeing the funds again. Maybe I can do 2 a year." Oh, come on, man. You could barely sell out one. You're a mug. Yeah, but you still knock out Camp Bellantatin. Everyone loves a bit of a push and pull like Carl Frotch. Acoustic says Caleb wins. Plot runs around for. He had a beautiful knockout against Dirrell, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know about Benavidez' chin, but I don't think. Did you watch Gerald Miller fight? What a dead fight that was. Yeah, I did. It was like, in some ways, it's one of the worst fights. If someone had never watched boxing and they saw that, they would go, "This is the biggest load of crap." Two fat guys sitting there throwing slow shots. I actually thought Lucas Brown, for a 44-year-old or whatever he is, did okay. Miller looked awful. It's nuts to think that he was without his drugs now. You know, I think he had a chance to beat Gage. You know, you get that big shove, didn't you? Boom! And he freaked Gage's head out. That's why they suddenly found him guilty of having drugs, and they got Ruiz in a fat man who blasted him out anyway. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, the funny thing was, if you know your boxing and you're cynical, you watch it, you're like, I can kind of see the entertainment value. Two big guys throwing big shots. They actually threw quite a lot of shots. They just didn't move. But yeah, it was pretty terrible, man. And like, if someone knew nothing about boxing, they look at it and go, "Well, this is a load of shit." Without further ado, Caleb Plant has got a figure toy range of himself coming out. A scan goes in, it shows the knockout from the fight. Really, that's kind of fun, man. Do you know what? There's a video. There's really my boy Lee Talks Boxing, one of my fans, showed it to me, and it's of Caleb Plant going through the hood. It's a kind of country hood, yeah, with his white pal, and some massive black guy starts on it, right? And he wants to have a fight. He obviously doesn't realize Caleb can fight, and Caleb's just dancing around and pop, 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 and he's pulling back. He's not going to hurt the guy. And this black guy goes, "You can't handle it," and he takes his knife and starts going after Plant. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I'm just thinking, what? And he's walking with his white pal with a basketball through the hood. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't want. I mean, that experience would be enough to think, you know what? I'm not going to go oil drilling. I think maybe he's one of these guys I wanted to show that he could oil drill like Sonny Edwards, but I don't know. I'm not interested in oil drilling myself. Pierce Brosnan says, "Don't accept the government warning. Everyone will get on their phones next month." Yeah, isn't that nuts? Apparently, it's to see which phones are next to each other and extract all the info they haven't already got. There was definitely something nefarious going on. I mean, obviously, the main thing is just to scare people and let them know we got your info. I mean, you know, I've been tempted to give them a text back and go, you know, fuck the Illuminati beast, fuck the police, and fuck you two, bitch. But you know, I don't care. I don't fall for this nonsense, man. Pierce also asks, "Was Michael conquering the pump from Eritrea?" I don't know. Allegedly, he's a virgin. Some people are asexual, just not interested. Maybe he genuinely wants to to get married first. I don't know, man. Acoustic says, was he in a mental asylum? He did go to Eritrea, but that was only for 2 months. So I don't know what he's did before. I don't know. But he seems more sane than most people, like that accept like, oh, a woman can be a man can be a woman. There are a million different types of category of human. All that nonsense. Come on, man. Dr. Dennis says, Gary Glitton and Porky are both. It's Porky fans. I mean, I think I subscribed to his channel, but I haven't recently looked at it. I don't know if he's. I thought he was pumping out quite a few videos. Okay, inversion with a boxing question. What do you got here? What is the most interesting match of 2022 scheduled so far? Fury vs Usyk, better videos as plan. I think you mean 2023, blood. Have you been in a wormhole? Most interesting match. Well, it would have been Fury vs Usyk. It's not going to happen. Benavidez vs Plant. There's a couple of other. I'm really looking forward to Von Gay Davis vs Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Homo's bumboy. I feel sorry for Ryan because he's clearly been abused in the kitchen by Oscar. But I still quite like Ryan. He says he's a Christian. He's very fruity though. I don't know, man. It's like you had to be fruity to get anywhere in boxing now anyway. But that's a good fight. And actually, Ryan's the underdog by about 3-1. He's very, very much taller than Javon Gay. Javon Gay has a really good amateur record, and Ryan's actually isn't that good. But I don't know, man. Hey, Ryan's got a chance, and I would prefer to see him win. There's something very, 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 very dislikable about all that idiots like Haney and Javon Gay Davis. Ain't no safety on this guy. He was Javon Gay was so happy though. Ain't no safety on this guy. You know, there's that pathetic ghetto trash. I mean, at least have your own personality, man. You're a bum. Boy Reese says, nah. Michael is on that no-fap game. Yeah, well, that's why he's so strong for a slim guy. Mbakir says, your Otto Wallin video is the most underrated video on YouTube. Having stitches all the way through. I generally can't remember. What is that, Otto? By the way, remember, if you got Cash App, you can't Cash App the chippy pants on big old G4 because you ain't got no money because of the grasses. We're going to have to get some new revenue sources. Yeah. Was that video on Otto Wallin? Was that about oil drilling? Yeah. Yeah, you know Otto Wallin, right? So he's Swedish, right? You know, I don't know if you've been to Sweden or seen Swedish women, right? They're not very interesting. They're very politically correct. They're like morons in the head, but they are so beautiful, you know? And Otto goes, no, you know what? I'm going to get a queen. I'm going to get a queen, blood. Yeah? And he got this, his queen's big. So he got this big African queen. And there's this famous tweet in there. He goes, Otto invited me to his first cookout. And I bet she filled her boots with the food. But yeah, I mean, imagine that. If Otto Wallin, oh, look at all these beautiful, you know, all these beautiful, beautiful Swedish women. You know what? I think I'm going to go oil drilling with a big African. Imagine if you're in the club at Caleb Plant. Yeah. At least his woman ain't too actually half-caste, isn't she? Son Edwards with his mama. Otto Wallin. Yeah. At a cookout with his big African. Who else is oil drilling in boxing? There's a couple of other oil drillers. I can't remember. Okay, Martin Smith. If Fulton can't hurt anyway, ain't any well. Do you know what? I shouldn't really be talking about the fight too much because I haven't watched Fulton. I'm going purely on the weight difference and it's moving up and Fulton isn't about. To be frank, because I don't really watch a lot of the lower weight guys. In fact, I've only watched a few highlights of Inoue. So to have a real opinion about it, I should watch them both fighting. You get me? Yeah, okay, I'm just going to big up my man, Acoustic Gymnastics. Add me on my new channel. Acoustic Gymnastics is a musician, right? He does guitar and stuff. So check him out, man. Inversion in the house. One time, many Japanese peeps sent apologies to the Venezuelan embassy because a Venezuelan boxer got robbed by some Japanese boxers. Yeah, I mean, I'd been to Japan, and a man had a great time, but it's a weird place, man. They're like no other human race. I don't know how they got. It shows you how easy it is to indoctrinate people to do what you want them to do, because they're polite people. Yeah, they're not naturally aggressive. Like you said, like the Japanese people apologize because one guy was robbed in their country, and they're fair. And then when they go to football matches, they clean up the stadium, stuff like that. You wouldn't get that in Nigeria, would you? Now, would have heard, but still, the Japanese people were indoctrinated to be kamikaze pilots, to be cruel in the Second War. It shows you how easy it is to mess up a person's head. But naturally, Japanese people are very reasonable. They're an odd bunch, though, man. If you go over there, you can never be Japanese if you're not Japanese. You feel me? Dale Baker. Yes, blood. I'm missing you. Black Clat. I looked for you this morning. Was starting to think Max Jenkins scored. No, but he did get me demonetized on a strike. So, yeah. No, I'm fine. Gary Glitter and the Porker teaming up. Gary Glitter up the shitter. He got taken back to the nonce prison, didn't he? Because he'd been like asking people about how to get on a dark web, and someone filmed him, and I don't know, he just makes me sick. Nonces are pathetic, man. Horrible creatures, man. Yes, inversion. Back to the pole now. Pole is meant to make man weak. It's owned by who it always has been. Interesting how every form of media means woke or left wing, but not porn. That's right. It's funny because it can be cruel porn and degrading. It's meant to weaken men so they don't resist. It is just another tool to degenerate people, break up family values, take their eye off the ball. And Pierce says this is also pertinent. Hollywood and the music industry are filled with secret trans like Madonna, Lady Gaga to get men to watch track to the male body as opposed to real woman. I've heard this theory, and obviously there's some of them. And also it's to fill you with batty business degeneracy. The whole trend, Lady Gaga definitely looks like a bit of a bloke. Madonna, I don't know, man. She did that. She's done that. What's it called? A book of her naked sex. It was called. I think she was to push coal burning and sexuality and deviancy. I don't buy that. All these people are trans. I know there will be some, but I don't totally buy that. Without further ado, Retro Europa, the last part is brilliant. Check out Cult of the Medics as well. Very, very important. Thank you, brother. Europa, the last part is incredible. It's been banned, of course, because you can't talk about certain things, can you? But you can get it on certain channels. Just search for it. You'll find it. Nordic. Yes, my man's. Check out Nordic. He's got a good channel, remember. Brown was stopped in the first round a few years ago. Who you talk about here? Brown. Oh, Lucas Brown. Yeah, but what, you mean that by the other rugby player? That was clear one of the worst fixes or whatever, dives I've ever seen, if that's what you mean. Miller was a threat to Gage. He was at the time, but because he was on all his PEDs, Gage did not like that push. Now I wouldn't say he's much of a threat to anyone. You know what I'm saying? Alexander Usic goes, P.S. Something equals shit. Tell Sam Stroller. Sam Stroller in the house. Gutter says UK surveillance out of control. UK is one of the most CCTV places in the world. Dale Baker. I'm on day 12 of semen retention. So levitate and see through walls. I heard about these skills, but seriously, feel 10 times better morally. I mean, it's degrading, whacking, busting a nut everywhere. It definitely, you get more testosterone, you feel stronger, you feel more manly. But the natural state of affairs is that most men should have a wife, and therefore, if they needed to bust a nut, it would be within, the confines of the marital bedroom, So, the problem is sexuality is so messed up in this sick world. Inversion says, I got circumcised when I was a baby. Really? Without asking immediately. See, I find that weird, right? I don't want to get into this, that, and the other, the big story of circumcision, but it's a bit weird to cut someone's body off without consultation. It's not, it's someone's body. Surely you wait until they can say yes or no. Also, but you know what they do when you get circumcised? Well, it's traumatic for the child. It's not there's no anesthetic, by the way. They strap the child, to a board like this. The legs as well. The legs and the arms strapped down by a doctor. Yeah, and do you imagine the baby's just come out of the womb and then without no anesthetic, and then it gets sewn up, right? There's even some cultures that suck the wound, if you can believe that sickness. Now, some people have done papers on it, researched on it, and it can traumatize the baby, but all the research gets shouted down. Oh, without further ado, goes, did Oscar give Ryan a whisk? I mean, he's definitely done something there. He seems damaged, Ryan, in some ways. In version, yes, speaking about that, Davis, you've got to say it's a very good fight, even though they're lightweights. I agree. I mean, on lightweights, I start to get a bit more interested. I mean, still, what a lightweight? 9.5 stone, is that right? Yeah, I mean, it's still... Obviously, the walk-around weight would be higher. But, I mean, that's a good fight. There's no doubt. Both can punch. They've got different characters. In the Ryan's fruity Lee. If it's a real fight, something Tank doesn't have very often, Ryan will school and stop Tank. Interesting. So you're saying basically if it's not a fix, if it's not the predetermined outcome, that's quite interesting, man. I hope so. Both things. I hope it's real and I hope Ryan wins. And the version asks Lee, interesting. What makes Ryan wins? His height, his left hook? For me, Ryan's very fast and the height difference. I mean, when I seen him lining up, you got Tank with his huge head. How can you miss that head? Bop, 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 bop. That massive head. And he looks about 6 inches taller, Ryan. I don't know what I don't know what the weight clause is, actually. I don't know about that. Reese chips in. I think Ryan has better fundamentals, but his chin is questionable. I could see him being up after 8 to 10 rounds, then getting caught. The chin is questionable. He did get put over by Luke Campbell, right? Who's not a massive hitter. However, he didn't seem too badly hurt. It might have been like he was going back because if you hit someone bang on the end of the chin, and the chin's in the air, it's going to do some damage, even if you're not a big hitter. But Javonte Davis can hit as well, but he's naturally a smaller guy. It's a good fight, whatever. That's what I'm getting. I hope Ryan wins. Cyborg Boxing, my boy from Australia. How is Australia, man? What time is it, Australia? It must be like what, 9 a.m., something like that. Good day, Chubby. Sonny Evans v. Caressa Shields. Who wins? I think they probably end up in bed with Sonny oil drilling Claressa. But if that's a serious question, what is she like, Claressa? 11.5 stone. She might actually beat Sonny Edwards, amazingly, because of the weight difference. She's meant to be the best woman. Like, she's not compared to any man, you know. She wouldn't be area level at a lower weight if she's a man, but you know, she's almost 4 stone heavier than Sonny. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting fight. Japan has a great statue of Godzilla. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I like the one. There's I think it's in Osaka, right? There's a statue of a dog, right? So this Japanese guy used to go to the station every day with his dog and all that, and then he had to give the dog away to someone else. I can't remember why. He had to move to a different city or something. And every day the dog would walk to the station and wait for his master, which is sweet. And the Japanese thought it was such a great example of loyalty, you know. They built this little statue of the dog in the station, which is kind of cute, man. I like dogs. Inversion, his distance control and speed. You're talking about Ryan Garcia. The way Tank gets outboxed by his tall opponents tells me Ryan will outbox him. He's also very fast. And Davis has a league defense. Yeah, I mean, I think you put together quite a decent scenario there. My problem is Ryan's chin goes up a bit, but yeah, yes, Mr. Tommy Gunn, 1969. What's up, my brother? Yes, Chubby. Great to see you live, my G. Thank you, brother. It's been 3 months. I've been very scatty and erratic with the videos. Unfortunately, I got demonetized until June by some haters. But it's good to be back, man. It's good to see you. What can I say? Okay, this is going to be a fake account. Mickey Theo. It's probably the same guy with a fake Porky's account. Mickey Theo. This is not the real Mickey Theo. TB, I want you to know, but fat. I want to know where Fat Max lives, works, as I'm going to find him and put him in hospital. If you can find out, I don't know. You can find out where he works because he's got a gym, isn't he? So yeah. Use something called Google, fam. Anyway, that's not true. I don't get involved in that. No, what I mean is that wrong'un got me distracted, so I have to tread carefully. But there's going to be some retribution. All legal. I mean, this guy's threatened my life as well, you know. And then he's a grass. So, but I won't talk about him. I want to talk about me funds and boxing. Without further ado, I think Gary went back to PC World to see if they'd finished fixing his PC. Gary up the shitter glitter. Mr. Tommy Gun 969, my man's. Follow the cash in and just get something went wrong. Try again. Blood clot. I'm going to have a look because it shouldn't do that. I mean, it may be that they've stopped the promotion, but I don't think so because they're trying hard to get, you know, all their new, what are they called, new clients, new customers. Okay, let me have a look, blood. All right, I look at one of me videos.
Yes, my tea's gone cold.
That's one of me videos. When you pussy hole. Sorry, bro. That's annoying because that. Okay, let me have a look. Sorry, guys. Keep with me. So, blood clot. Yeah, something went wrong. Try again. I get the same thing. Shit, man. I'm gonna have to look about. Thank you for bringing that up. Damn it! It obviously, maybe the promotion's ended. They'll have a new promotion, I'm sure. But yeah, that's annoying, bro. That's very annoying. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Blood clot. But if you've already, whatever, man. Forget the money for now. We'll sort it out. Thank you, brother. Anyway, good to see you, Tommy Gun. Tommy the Machine Gun. Leave Roch. I was a full Fat Max. Be my guest, bro. Pierce should be Prime Minister. Yeah, you don't get to be a Prime Minister unless you've been bought, unless you've indulged in nonsense. Seriously, that's how they blackmail you. You know, none of these guys are actually real politicians who care about you. They are simply actors. I mean, they really are. That is just all they are. And then they just obey the orders that come from above. Shane Bongos. This is true. Lady Gaga sacrificed her old friend, pushed her out with her. Yeah, she had this friend who was she stole her look. Gaga stole her look. Stole all kinds of shit. So I don't know. It's very weird. All these people that make it also are. If you notice, right? Look at all these famous people in Hollywood music. How many tragedies do they have in their life? So many of them, like the child dies. You know, like I don't know who. Stallone, say Stallone died. You know, all these other people. Or their girlfriend dies, or this, that, and the other. Even like Eubanks, for example, his son died. Well, any of these people that reach a certain level have to give some kind of. Mike Tyson's daughter, all in weird circumstances. I used to have loads of friends. I don't know a single person. Yeah, a single person who's lost a child at all, let alone in tragic, weird circumstances. Whereas it seems to be all over the shop in Hollywood. It's very weird. Inversion says, thoughts on Sam Hyde. He's a base YouTuber. He got a YouTube boxing on KSI 14. Sam Hyde, that big guy. He's quite based. He beat up some YouTuber. He's a big man. Yeah, I kind of like him, but again, he gets so much visibility that I wonder whether he can be real. Because usually, if you're allowed to get away with loads of stuff, you pay a price. Like, David Icke is a shill. People like that. Shane Bongos in the house. Inversion. That Moms was a delight to watch. I laughed Sam Hyde and that they did. Yeah, I give anyone who walks in the ring respect, except that they're fat and they pay £180 check plumber who's never boxed to fall over. I don't respect that. Yeah, 100 years ago, men didn't have time to jerk it. They were busy living the good life of good people. I mean, you would work hard physically. You come back, your wife would cook some stew or whatever, and if you felt a bit horny, you take care of business with your wife. Yeah, and then you might go see your pals and have some mead or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was simpler. There was no whacking off in them days, And like, I wouldn't have known about whacking off if I hadn't been, or women or nakedness or sex at the age of 9, unless I'd been hit with this stuff. it's messed my head up, man. I was sexualized at a very early age because of stuff that I'd seen. Yeah, I first successfully whacked off at age 11, but I mean, busting up. I'm not saying that. I mean, this is not natural. I was thinking about women from the age of 9 because I've seen some pictures of topless women, and I was like, I remember humping my pillow, make a hole in it, humped it. I don't like talking about this. This is like time we first talk with no shame about this stuff. Like put a pencil up his butthole, which is not saying that. But this is part of a plan, man, and that's all it is, man. That's all it is. 6% American males, over 6.5% of American males are circumcised. Surely it's like 60%, not 6% blood. And it might even be 80%. Humiliation ritual pushed by the small, so they own us. Thanks, my helmet. That is a theory that a lot of, 60%. Yeah, you change that. Yeah, 60%, exactly. It's a very weird ritual. A very, very weird ritual. You've got a real number on him. Good, I hope so. Obviously, I don't imagine you're the real Lee Froch, but actually the real Lee Froch. You're right, sweetheart. You're right, sweetheart. Like George Grove said. But the real Lee Froch is fairly hard. He's something like 12 unlicensed fights. He's a big man. He's 8.5 stone. He can fight. Of course, he did a number on that pig. And that pig lost to 180-pound Chet Plummer, blood clot. Okay, got down. He says, if that was a real Porky, can you tell us a true story, bro? You're back in jail. I haven't been following that really now. Disco Day, man. The fight starts now. Man, that lies start now. I'm 6'9" and I lost an arm in a crash and I was paralyzed, but I still call the Brooklyn Nets game, blood. Yes, good to see you, my man. It's great to see all these old faces. It's like a family union with fans here, fans there, fans everywhere. Much better than a Ricky Hatton fight. And because since I think we should help Matt Sims come out of that closet. He's 100% bad team business. Maybe call up Sam Stroller. Reese, they literally know base women my age, 21. Probably do no fat forever because porn and hookups are no. Very difficult abstaining from these urges. Yeah, especially when you're young because you're pumped full of testosterone and you're getting hit by these images. In the normal, natural world, the scheme of things, you would have a wife by now, 21. Probably you marry around 16. Like the Amish and that. They marry like young and they bump up like 8 beautiful blonde kids. You're absolutely right. Literally no base women my age. There will be. But they're rare because most women only get based. All the base women I know became based because of their boyfriend or husband that showed them the way and explained things to them, and then they open their eyes. Because women are, they're less inquisitive, they're more emotional, they're more like to believe what they're shown by the mainstream. So most base women have been red pilled by their partner, if you like. Yeah, how long have I been? 133. Yeah, it's been good, man. Porky, okay. Porky, whether it's a real Porky, I don't know. I've been using, again, Relapse, so I've not been doing videos while I'm detoxing. I don't believe that is the real Porky. I don't think Porky would say that. Not on a web chat. On a triple live stream, but whatever. Once you get really into out of all the drugs, I've done brown, I've done skag, not like that, but chase quite a few times. I had a friend that was quite into it. She's a beautiful man, by the way, but it's addictive physically as well, and it gets its hooks into it. It's extremely pleasurable. So it's a tough one to get off permanently. I'm no expert, man. I never got hooked, but I can tell you it's real nice, man. Real nice. Don't do drugs because drugs are just bad, okay? People like to look at the Luke Campbell fight, says Lee, but Luke was just as big as Tank, so he could catch him with that shot. Much as Tank be able to. Tank was struggling with the size, the Corey size. I think he will struggle with Gossier's height. It's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, you can't compare Luke Campbell and Davis. It's sizes and styles are too different, man. Lee does say it's Olympic gold medalist. Yeah, but there's plenty of people who are Olympic gold medalists who just don't translate to the top level. I mean, he wasn't bad, Luke. Didn't he go the distance with someone? Linares? Well, I can't remember. He went distance with a decent guy. Pierce says, Gary Glitter, up the shitter. So the pictures came from a link he was sent by the YP. Yeah, I haven't watched the YP. I've forgotten about that plant. He's like the Daily Star, yeah, of, a boxing YouTube channel. It's just so whack, low level tabloid, not funny. As I said, he bought, obviously I have proof of this as well, that he bought the channel, bought the subs, copies people's stuff. He's a fraud. He works for the Vampire Squid. He also had, I suppose him, but he had the videos demonetized. But he's just, I don't know how people can watch him. There's an occasional good joke. He also upset Sam Stroller. But yeah, the YB man, he's a plagiarist. He copies everything. He's yeah. Gary up the shitter glitter is like Junior up the shitter witter. He's a flamer as well. Junior witter. Inversion goes quintuple B. What's that, man? Brown base boxing basement. You mean? That sounds a bit grim. Actually, it sounds like brown shower. Disco Dave, one of my fans for a long time. Chubby, I've been getting chummy compliments on Baghead's channel, Porky Corner. Oh, you have been getting chummy compliments. Okay. Terry was mentioning you is me fans. Now, yeah, someone said that. I quite like Terry. Terry. He's a bit. He's quite blatantly a bit anti-white fighters and pro-black fighters. As I said, I don't really care that much about that. People should have the right to like what they want, to say what they want. As long as you're not saying these people need to be killed and actively trying to get people killed, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's slightly hypocritical. Say, oh yeah, I'm definitely not racist, and then but all this stuff, racism, homophobic, misogynist, it's just made up words to push in the channel so you can strike people with that label, and they become the bad guy. But yeah, Terry, I don't care if he wants to boy black fighters, whatever, man. That's cool. He got good grammar and a good vocabulary. And he speaks very well, and with gravitas. But what that can do is when you speak like that, sometimes because you're speaking in such an educated manner, it can cover up the fact that actually what you're speaking is shit. I'm not saying he does speak shit, but some stuff I don't agree with. He starts talking about women's boxing, and come on, man, no serious boxing fan can talk about women's boxing with any seriousness. It's the biggest load of shit ever. But yeah, I heard Terry say that. Thanks, Terry. I appreciate it, man. And keep doing what you're doing, bro. Let's see. Have we got any new peeps here? Inversion. If a woman has a body count 1 or over, she's not for me. If a woman has 3 or more, she's a harlot. Yeah, I mean, I've been with when I was young. I would freak me out if girls spoke about their exes. Oh yeah, I had sex, and he did. I'm not. It made me feel sick. It upset me. I would never do that kind of thing. But, girls always talk about themselves, don't they? Body count wise, I did have a couple of slides. I went out with these girls, right? One of them was quite educated. The other one was just a slag. She's beautiful, but she was a slag. And both of them lost their virginities at 30. And this is years ago as well. This is not recently where people are even worse. And it was kind of a bit shocking to me. I was like, this fucking young. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was already a dirty, horny little thing at 13, but that's just too young, right? Especially for a woman. Body count wise, yeah, man. I don't know. I haven't thought about what level does someone become a harlot. I mean, I kind of agree with you, but to be honest with you, certainly in the old days, it would have been that way. Certainly in the old days, you get me? You would keep it special. And also because there wasn't, what's it called, that thing? Condoms and the pill, right? There wasn't contraception, so you had to take it more seriously because otherwise you have a ute, don't you? But contraception changed that, and become very promiscuous, man. Kill off family members on the orders of the Grand Master of the Masonic Lodge. I think you're talking about the earlier stuff about sacrifices, right? Oh, Shane, I didn't notice. Remember, Gordon Brown and David Cameron both lost their firstborn. Sorry, David Cameron's firstborn was an imbecile, right? He had he was a retard, right? He had some physical disabilities and mental. And yeah, I remember he died. Gordon Brown, I forgot about. Gordon Brown is well known to be a Batman. So I don't, but I guess even they can reproduce. I mean, Philip Schofield had kids. Elton John had a wife. Freddie Mercury had loads of girlfriends when he's younger. George Michael, that's what I mean. There ain't no such thing as gay and straight. There's normal, i.e., normal relationship. If you're a woman, you're with a man. If you're a man, you're with a woman. One. Normal and perverse. That's it. Normal and perverse. That's all there is. Wrong ends and normal people. There ain't no by this. I told you that one time I was in a taxi and the man's like, we talk about boxing, and he mentioned Lennox. I said, I don't mean funny, but Lennox, he's a batty man. Frank Maloney used to tell everyone, and he had a boyfriend called Glenn O'Brien. I can't remember, and he's had kids, right? And I told this guy that this guy's sitting there like he went silent for about not 5 minutes. Went silent for about 5-10 seconds. He goes, yo, you know what, Triple B? You know what, Triple B? He goes, yeah, I don't believe in this bi-curious, this bisexual. He goes, you know what? He goes, if you suck a man's dick, you're a fag. Yeah. Pissed. Did you see Tony Blair's speech at WEF the other month? He said, like, quote, I started as Prime Minister and I worked my way up, did he? He was talking about bringing in digital IDs as a must. Yeah. What do people think about was it CDBC? The digital banking thing, man. That's the next step to the one world currency, the one world government, the one world order. So I'm a boy, big one. Thoughts on Fury shitting the bed of Usyk. Very disappointed with him. I don't know why he's done that. Because you couldn't physically be scared of Usyk. He's 50 pounds bigger. He's fought Wilder. I just think he wants some easy money, big fights. He's maybe slightly worried about losing that fight, but I still find it hard to. I know what's going on in his head. I think he's doing a lot of yayo. This is interesting. Without further ado, that Lady Gaga says she's followed around by a spirit. There's lots of weird shit when it comes to her definitely sold us all. Yeah, look at the spirit cooking, right? She's done these kind of things, Lady Gaga, with this witch called Mariana Abramovich, who's also done stuff with Hillary Clinton. It's about drinking blood, drinking semen, sacrifice. It's nuts. When Hillary Clinton, what's that? John Podesta got his emails hacked, yeah, and it had emails from Clinton and talking to this witch. It was insane, bro. And then people saying, it's a conspiracy theory. I mean, it was sick. There's non-seritas. Yeah, Porky's Corner again. Whether it's you or not. Does anyone know that Jim McDonald boxing is grass? He's been informing to YouTube. When I see him anyone's live, put it on the Scummer. I've seen this guy Jim McDonald quite a lot. I've also had someone say that. I don't know. I don't think I've had any contact with him, but I have heard this. I can't say yes or no, but I've heard this. Pierce goes the next leader. There will Blair's be next leader. WEF. Klaus Schwab has done. Yeah, well, Klaus Schwab with all the adrenochrome he drinks is probably going to be around for another 30 years, but it wouldn't surprise me. Tony Blair's sold. He made it. £80 million during. His tenure as prime minister. It's insane. You're allowed to have up to five jobs if you're a prime minister or an MP. You're meant to be running the country and thing. As I told you, they're just actors. They don't care about running the country. Half the time they don't even turn up to Parliament. There was a big thing about this in Parliament, yeah, the damage it's caused. And they showed it. There's just no MPs there. Remember, until recently, they weren't even allowed to film in the Houses of Parliament. They're actors, man. And they use it to forward their own agenda to get money. Tony Blair, the war criminal, admitted, we decided to go to war. We're going to go to war with Iraq anyway. Yeah, we made up a bunch of lies about WMDs. They said there was like fake lakes opened up, right? And nuclear missiles would fly, the Saddam bill would fly out these fake lakes. I mean, blood clot. Even then before I was red pill, I'm looking at them. I'm like, come on, man. These guys, there's no way that Saddam Hussein would build something that complex. It's just a joke. Yeah, Blair's one of the most evil, creepy weirdos there is, man. Jim McDonald, I don't know. Yeah, inverted Kumas. That's people that, you know, are obsessed with sex. I think the people in the past jerked the same as they do now, but people jerked a lot less. They're so busy, won't mess up problems. Yeah. Monkeys only jerk off when in the cage. Yeah, and like I said, people would have stable sexual relations with their wife, you know, and it would be to have kids, not purely it'd be a bonding thing, yeah, a bit of a love thing, yeah, a physical thing as well, but not a hedonistic thing like it is now. Got it done. Greenblatt smuggling Goglet at Pokemon check. Yeah, Greenblatt got a lot of links, blood. Trust me. Pierce again, my man's. Should we look at pictures of Madonna's body? You can tell it's a man with tits and horns. But the state of it now, with it's wrecked with the body. The older one, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. But I've seen one of my friends, a degenerate idiot, bought the Madonna Zex book, and there's loads of pictures, including a pum pum. And and this would have been pictures from like the late 80s or early 90s. I'm not sure. I'll have another look. But now she's messed up with all that plastic surgery. She looks like a demon now. She is a proper demon, man. If ever says try fasting, Reese. I don't know what the question was, but fasting is very important. In many cultures, many religions, it lets your body recharge and it cleans your thought. I used to do it a lot. I haven't done it recently. I should do that, man. It's very good for your heat and your body. Porky uploaded yesterday, yeah. So he's not in jail or whatever. Anyway, good question here. Did Paul Joseph watch that? Yes, and has been for a long time. You can always tell because they let them have their channels, and they will speak about their controlled opposition. They will speak about stuff and speak about stuff intelligently, and they'll talk about detail. You notice they'll just talk about detail. This said that, and they said this was racist, and and the war on white males and blah blah. They'll go on about it. And number one, they will never propose any solutions. Number two, they will never explain the reason why this has been done and who is controlling the agenda. Do you know what I mean? And what their end route wants to be. He'll just talk about details. So yeah, he's sold that way. Same with Russell Brand, idiot. I mean, that's obvious. He's even got 33 tattoo on the blood clot. And David Icke apparently as well. I mean, you know. David Icke might have started off honestly, but not now. Oh, my man's the outlaw pugilist is in the house. My boy, the outlaw pugilist. Here you go. You got channel 2. He red pilled or partially red pilled. I don't know, but yeah. I like the Outlaws channel. Fury now saying Usyk ducked him. This dude's on. It's not even worth listening to that idiot anymore. You know, I won't waste my time. You know, I won't waste my time. You know, you know, Fury's a liar. He's a degenerate drug addict. I've so many people have just lost patience. They don't want nothing to do with it no more, man. Pierce Brosnan says on women want to be dominated, feel safe in their views. Like he says, so they adopt their partner's views most of the time because a good man should be a protector. Yeah, and truthfully, I mean, unfortunately, because everything's so messed up now because of the programming, the indoctrination, entertainment, advertising, education. They're so confused. Be there. Manipulated, yeah. But a woman's original, and then you get these women hypocrites that are real lefties and that be, oh, I don't want to go with that guy because he's too nice, and I want a real man who can throw me around. And it's just like, what are you contradicting yourself? Because naturally, a woman wants a man to be a protector, to be stronger, and dare I say it, to kind of tell them what to do a bit, keep them in line, bro. I mean, that's the natural course of affairs. That's what every culture was. And what now? Hundreds of thousands of years later, allegedly, now we're being told by people this is wrong. Oh, the evil patriarchy, the evil this. And look at the state of society now. You know what I'm saying? Suicides are out. Mental health. You know what I'm saying? Every culture has ever been born has worked in that manner. You know, it's just. Got to Danny said the white bitch says because stuff like that on Fury because. Sure, was absent. You know, I've listened to stuff for so long. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, Pierce Brosnan called quadruple beat. Base Brexit boxing base. I mean, Brexit was not expected because, but the powers that be, even if something happens, because you can't micromanage everything. Occasionally, some people will tell the truth. Something will get out. in those cases, or the Brexit vote will happen. In those cases, all they'll do is manipulate it some other way. So what is Brexit? I mean, especially they'll blame Brexit. Oh, Britain's in big trouble. All the prices have to go because of Brexit. They won't actually get any concrete information as to why. They'll say because of Brexit. And you know, they'll use that. They'll use Brexit. What's happened anyway? Is there anything actually changed? We got like more foreigners and immigrants coming in Britain than ever before. You know, it's just so if something does happen or some message out, they'll twist something around and they'll make use of it. And they always play both sides anyway. You know, if you're playing a game of chess and you're playing against yourself and you on both sides of the chessboard, the black and the white, you can't lose. You get me? And that's what they do. PJW says, my boy Inversion, make videos on the right stuff and stuff that elites push. He notices important stuff. He saw that bit, but he's useful. He focuses on right. Yes, but he only does detail and does not say about the agendas and you know, whatever the end goal of the agenda is. He doesn't say who's controlling it. He doesn't talk about you know, the Marxist schools, the Frankist, the Sabbatist schools, all this kind of stuff. Who invented this and who they were. He's a shill blood. Inversion like the W. I thought he said I like the WF. Yeah, it's another scam. Should be. Won't be able to send super chats. Not until June, bro, because of that fat, disgusting pig being a grass. So yeah. Mickey Theo or the fake Mickey Theo, because you know I know you're fake because I actually contacted the Mickey Theo account on what's it called? I don't know, some social media thing, and I asked about this and I got no response. So, come on, blow, stop that stuff. From my experience, the innocent look chummy, harmless looking females have a super high body count. Yeah, I don't know, man. It differs, man. In my day, you could usually tell the skets. I mean, when I was a youth, whereas now. My boy Faisal Lake Battle. What's happening, my brother? Salam alaikum. She'll be back in the building. Yes, bro. It's been some time. Good to see you here, man. You know, I had some in real life stuff and the spirited stuff and stuff I had to look at. I don't like the winter either, but yeah, I'm back on form, man. I've been getting my drink on for a couple of weeks. I've been drinking this at night, these CBT things, you know, to help me sleep. But I feel good, man. I mean, take your business. I've got a lot of admin to look after. I've got to kind of make some money, man. I've been demonetized here, so yeah. But it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. In the house yourself. Chubby, there's an interesting excerpt from Caesar's Diaries campaign, Go France, where he describes how Germanic man think it dishonorable to sleep with a woman before the age of 20. I hadn't read that and I wasn't aware of that. Let me see. Germanic men think it dishonorable to have slept with a woman before 20. Why? What's the process? I mean, my understanding was that people tended to get together when they're 16, 17, 18. I don't know, man. It probably differs from culture to culture. Inversion, what happened to Rod? What do you mean, little R Rod? Rod, the 4chan hashtag bots keep talking about. Is that what you mean, blood? I don't know, man. I don't know what that pussy was about anyway. Pierce, no, the elite are pushing rusty supremacy. And it wants to be suffocated with unbearable fat wife agendas. Or because, I mean, there's a number of things that's going on. There's so many different things. They're deliberately turning especially Western women, especially white Western women, into skets and then say they can go careers. They're making them hate white men. They're making them not want to reproduce. And through many different initiatives, they are, and then they also lay foundations, especially on things like 4chan and stuff like that, saying like, oh, white women are terrible. Why would you want to be with a white woman? Oh, they're discussing their race. So there's so much going on there, man. You know, I mean, most of my girlfriends were really quite nice. You know, we're quite decent people. You know, but they engender. They want a gender war as well. They do whatever they can to destroy normality. Whatever they can. You know, that's all. That's the bottom line. Mickey Theo again. Fake Mickey Theo says, you spent a dough on drugs in Turkey. I heard you say that before, but this is like about 9 months ago. So what have you done if you were the TO, which you ain't? Money's meant to buy BMW. Okay, man. Look, hit me up on Instagram, right? We'll talk about it there. I don't want to talk about this, man. Guys are done. Chubby needs to do a segment on Simon Jordan. I don't really know much about Simon Jordan. Suppose Talk Sport gets all this. I don't know. He's just another kind of talking head, kind of arrogant, self-obsessed. I don't know, man. I haven't really watched him, but he's just another part of the mainstream. So why bother? Why bother? Cyborg boxing from Australia. Do you think they should introduce capital punishment for Betty business? They've done this in Uganda. Yeah, I think there's even a death penalty. Do you think they should introduce capital punishment for Betty business? It should certainly not be pushed. It should certainly not be pushed, especially not on children. It's a very, very unhealthy lifestyle, if you look at the data. It should not be encouraged. It should not be accepted as normal. Capital punishment, I don't know, man. So a lot of ancient cultures did have that. I don't know, man. I'll probably get banned up if I answered that any more than that anyway. Pierce says, you're talking about Madonna, right? Photoshop pics in the magazines of her, not a real pom-pom. I don't know, man. I don't know. Madonna is going to the hellfire as a lake of fire, man. So, without further ado, what do you make of Jordan Maxwell, Chubby? Who's Jordan Maxwell, man? Sorry, bro. Tell me who this person is. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I think about that. Jordan Maxwell. DM, says the man, the myth, the legend. Good to see, bro. David Greenblatt is a legend. He was at 9/11. He saved hundreds of people. He's 6'9". He once had a motorbike crash, and his arm literally came off, and they sewed it back on. They thought he'd never walk in. 3 days later, bruv, he's calling the Brooklyn Nets game. Come on, man. Greenblatt is the legend, fam. Faisal Iqbal, what up, my brother? Salam alaikum. Come had a conversation with a soy boy. I hate soy boys. Who told me it's not possible to be racist to white men because they benefit from institutional racism? Ask, why are white working class boys the least educated? I mean, this is the thing, right? It's got to the point where they're so good at indoctrinating people, right? There's a guy called Yuri Bezmenov, okay? He's an ex-KGB guy who fled to the United States, and he talks about how the propaganda war works, how long it takes, he goes, at some point, right, he calls it demoralization, but I'm not sure it's the exact right word. That's indoctrination. People get so indoctrinated, it doesn't matter what evidence, however strong your argument is, what your data's like, they still won't accept it. I mean, people like that are just not talking. They're just so indoctrinated, demoralized, programmed NPCs. They would do whatever they're told, believe whatever they're told. They have no objective thoughts. They think they're their own thoughts. They're not. They've been programmed. Literally, like a piece of software has been put in their brain and cannot be taken out. This is what it is. I mean, guys. It's just they'll justify whatever. How can white people can't? You can't be a racist because they benefit. I mean, racism is a stupid word. Anyway. It's made up by Marxist schools. It's admittedly made up. Just like words like homophobia, misogynist, and this kind of nonsense, to push an agenda and stop conversation about certain, about certain questions, certain arenas, certain, basically, we're going to stop you talking about stuff that we want to implement, degeneracy, immigrate, whatever it happens to be, by calling you a label. And this label is now going to be the most evil thing. You don't count because you're racist. You don't count because you're a homophobe. You don't count because you're a misogynist. It's just nonsense. So people like that are just, they're just NPCs, non-playable characters that have been totally programmed and demoralized. Pierce, my boy Brosnan, says, goes all the way back to the good book, the triple. Yeah, thank you, man. Women's script by God to aid a man in his pursuits. Making genders equal is going against. I mean, even if you're not Christian or religious, right? The natural order of things through evolution, which is bullshit. Anyone believes in evolution is like tripping blood. Even before I became born again, I was like, this makes no sense. This is so clearly nonsense. The evolution. But if you're talking about, let's say you're secular and you're just talking about the natural order of things, the skill set that men have and women have, they're different. The IQ, minimal tends to be stronger, have a higher IQ, do this, that, and that. But women are more nurturing and gentle because they bring up the young baby. But men have to be, and they even have different, visual capacities. Women has a better peripheral vision. Why? Because in the wild, she look after her kid, and she has to be able to see what's going on all the way down there because there could be enemies tigers or animals, and she has to get out of the way and protect the baby. Whereas the man has better long-range vision because he needs to see the animal that he's hunting, you know, stuff like that. So even if you're not religious, I mean, I am obviously, I'm born again, but even before, you know, this inversion of nature or culture is so fake. As well, I then asked them for a real solution and none was given. Lost souls. I mean, that's exactly it. Then, if you ask them a difficult question, they'll generally walk away. Yeah, I had some blood clot. Oh, in the perv, or a typical like soy boy with a beard and that, you know what I'm saying? He bought me a pint, you know, I was civil to him. And then he started talking about how evil Trump was. And I started saying, listen, bruv. I said, firstly, the only other option is to have Clinton. And I talked about Clinton, how she was, as a lawyer, she put a 12-year-old rape victim on the stand and tore it to pieces and accused her of leading the man on. And then she was taped on the phone laughing about it and stuff like that. And I was telling him, this is how evil this person is. I said, and you've only got one choice, Trump or Clinton. I said, and the point is, both are bad. You don't understand. You're being fooled. It's the illusion of choice. You stared at me. You didn't even, instead of having some interest, going, okay, that's interesting. He just stared at me with his pint with a stupid look on his face and walked off. These guys are fool's blood. Inversion, yeah, he definitely saw that. Yeah. Okay, my boy, Danielo. Scholos, yes, brother. Yo, what have I missed? There's been a lot of talk about a lot of different things. You know, boxing, obviously, but a lot of other stuff. It's been great to see me funds. My boy, the Alop user, Triple B, your thoughts on that? A very interesting question and a difficult one to answer. There are some people that say it's a deliberate well poisoning thing to make conspiracy theorists look like idiots, right? So that's the one thing. Secondly, it's a very big one to pull off, right? And there's so many points. Thirdly, though, if it is, I will believe anything will be possible these days when I see how much we've been lied to. And I've seen proofs for it. I mean, I'm more interested in the conspiracy of what are people trying to do now? What are people trying to poison us with? What are they doing with the wars and the economy and stuff like that? But one of the weird things about the flat earth thing is if you could prove that there was a flat earth, and like I said, I haven't made my decision totally because it's either well poisoning or it's such a big secret. I mean, what I'm saying is everything falls down, right? I mean, the moon landing is obviously nonsense. And they even admit, you know, NASA, they even admit, people don't know this. You know, you get the pictures of the globe Earth. They admit those are composites of various pictures. That's not an actual picture. They admit it's Photoshop. This is crazy, man. They admit this stuff. And you go and see stuff on NASA, there's loads of green screens. It's nuts. But if the world was flat, everything else has to be questioned, okay? Because that would be the biggest fraud they pulled off. It would be a massive one to pull off. And the question would be why? Why would you want to convince people that the earth is flat that's round when it's actually flat? I mean, some people say it's because to hide the creator, to pretend we're just animals, we're random, the billions of stars. If I looked at the stars, by the way, closely on your phone, they're not suns. Look at them. They just do this weird flickering stuff. They're not like suns. They're not even the same color. What they tell us about space is a lie. You know, in the Bible and every other religion, the stars are not suns. They are little lights in the sky. But I'm going on tangent though. The point is, it would be a hard one to pull off. It's possible, and plenty of people. I mean, there are the airline pilots that have said, "Yeah, absolutely flat." I just can't admit it. I'll lose my job. I'll lose this. But I don't know on that one. Why would they do it? As I said, to cover up the creator, to make us think we're just random, pointless creatures, and you know, convince us that there's nothing more after this, that they can use us to whatever. I don't know, but it's a very interesting one. So yeah, it's not really an answer, but there's so many questions there, bro. Pierce always with the good questions. Fuck the economy, fuck the police, fuck money, earthly percent, meaningless whilst our spirits are ground to dust under the hill of tyrant. People think what's good for them. I know. I mean, the lives we are living are sick. And all these consumerism is a sickness. No one needs this stuff. The only reason people start to have all that stuff again and again and again is because they're constantly fed. But for advertising, entertainment, they're fed these ideas. You got to have these. You got to have these. This is success. I mean, you get people that are rich. They got too much money to know what they do, and they start buying stupid stuff. I know a guy, right? His dad, he made a lot of money, right? And he's a fucking idiot. His dad, he's like so arrogant, and even when he's completely wrong, he would never accept it. One of them idiots, right? And this guy bought a pizza oven, right? In one of his houses, he had like 5 houses. Serious, this guy's rich around the world because he's a tax exile too. You're like another hypocrite. He lecture people about helping poor people, and then he'd be a tax exile. And he bought a fucking pizza oven worth five large in one of the houses that he uses maybe once a year, like the pizza oven. What the fuck is the point of that, man? It's just like. Daniel Scalos says, stand in front of the lake, then imagine the lake 1,000 times that size, what shape would it? The other thing is this, right? See, this is before I was red pilled, but I remember I've been on a lot of airplanes. I'm sitting there going, flat. You look around, the entire airplane is like completely flat. And I'm like going, we're like 40,000 feet there. Surely there must be some. The globists say, oh, you can't see the curvature that high. But there's plenty of other stuff. People have gone higher. There's a guy, the first guy to go really high up in the atmosphere on a balloon, some French dude. And they asked him what it was. I think it's even filmed as well, the interview. And he says, they said, what's it like up there? And he went like 100,000 feet up. And he's like, it's just completely flat. So I need to. I looked at it enough to know that it's possible. I'm just like not. I'm watching to see what shenanigans they're up to now, because the knowing the flat thing. Not everyone's going to. Even if it's true, not anyone is going to believe it. And it won't change anything. I'd rather think about the WBF, the financial crashes, the World Government, all that kind of thing. Everyone like the video or time booth for spit on the comment. Oh yeah, sorry, I always forget. Yeah, please like this video. I'm not earning now. It's always good for the data to do well. Like I said, I'm sorry, like the Cash App affiliate link is gone now. Thank you for pointing that out. Tommy the Duke Morris. Tommy Gunn. I'm just gonna have to plug on and keep doing videos. So if you can like it, and if you can give me a cash out, I'd appreciate that. But so we can at least keep the channel solid, because I'm going to have to reapply for monetization anyway. I would still do the channel if I didn't get monetized, but it would sicken me with the time I've put in, and to be treated like a bitch like that by YouTube. So so please like all the videos. It takes one click, ding ding ding. It's like you blood clot. Should Gary Glitter be executed? Chemically castrated, certainly. Yeah, people like that. Yeah, no doubt. They will never get over this sickness. They're sick people. I understand people might think they just need to get executed. Conversion goes. Working class white men aren't educated, which basically means they're indoctrinated. There are plenty of working class guys that are not indoctrinated but they educate themselves. It's a deliberate part of the agenda, the elitist agenda, to have working class people as uneducated as you can, because they were traditionally meant to do like manual work, and they were deliberately encouraged not to want to stay on to school after 16, just to do learn basic maths, writing, and a bit of propaganda from history, and bosh, and then you go do your job. Whereas the middle class, upper class ones went to public schools, right, from the age of 8, boarding school. You know why? To prepare them for the British Empire, so they're away from their parents. So they're used to being separated from such a young time. They're given a bit more stuff, but it's still not taught. No one's taught about the law. You're meant to obey the law. We're not taught about law. The police don't know about law. It's crazy. The police are meant to enforce the law, and we're meant to obey it, but neither of us ever taught about it. What you know about that, homeboy? It's crazy how this world is. Yeah, but of course, and to be a lawyer, you've got to study for years, and they make the law especially complicated, so normal people don't know. They're intimidated. I've been in court and I represented myself. Right? I had a bit of legal training, but also it takes balls, man. It takes balls. And if you don't know about it, well, where do you start, man? Yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't even care about the sports side thing. I mean, it's like a side thing. Of course, it's ridiculous. But they're laughing at you. So yeah, we can get a man who, and he may even have his testicles and a tool. But because he identifies as a woman, he can swim in a woman. You got these giant men in women's sport, but they're just laughing at you. They're also trying to push it. You know, they push both sides so you can have a little chat about it. So it looks as if you're having a sensible chat about should this be allowed, should this not. It don't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what everyone thinks. They'll do whatever they want. And they're also laughing at you, going, look, we can get these guys to believe this nonsense. Identifying as this. You know, that just means you're mentally ill. Yeah, and my boy Abdomsky. Big up, Spacebox. Great to see you, bro. Great to see you, man. Great to see all me funds. Yeah, that's exactly right. And, you know, that's the basic bottom line, man. Got a dandy. Greenblatt was executed by a motorcycle. He rolls from the grave in a Brooklyn garbage. I mean, that was his story, more or less. I'm not dead yet. Haven't seen it on this channel. Good to see it. Hey, Truby, not seen one of your lives for a while. That's because there hasn't been any. This is my first one in 2 months. You know, I was being a bit erratic on the videos. Didn't do that many. I was concentrating on in real life stuff. There was, you know, a bit spirited, to be honest, a bit demoralized. And then I got demonetized, but I'm going to carry on pumping them out, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. I'm real glad to do this live. It's been great. I'm not getting my drink on at the moment either, but it's great to see it and, you know, to see me funds. When I see all the old names, it warms my cockles. No homo. And that's had a picture of Stars and Nebula, I think, which shaped exactly like the coast of Algeria. Yeah, there's other things. There's pictures of you know, the alleged pictures of the globe, and that's admitted. We have never had a picture of the globe. They're all composites, right? And they show these pictures, and they've got exactly the same cloud pattern in one place. By the way, if you look on YouTube, right, and they have like the space station orbiting and all this kind of stuff, there's a few ones like that, and you can see it allegedly in live, and it is so fake. And you notice, so they got this globe, and the clouds never move. Now you look outside the window, the clouds move like that with the wind and all that, and there was massive, the clouds. It's just, and it looks so fake. I mean, intuitively, you're just like, that's bullshit. You know, they had the ability to do that in the 1960s with the films, yeah. The pictures they had in the 1960s of space films are as good as what they got now with CGI. It's a lie. I don't know what the truth is, but I know what a lie is. My boy Boxing Classic, actually great to see you, man. What do you think of Terry the racist bigging you up? Like I said, I'm always of the opinion that Terry, me, you, anyone should have their own opinions and should be allowed to express them. Terry obviously doesn't like white fighters. And, you know, it's just kind of ironic because, funnily enough, he's white skinned, even though obviously he's genetically black. You know, I think he speaks very intelligently. I don't. When I think of bigging me up, I quite liked it. I thought, you know what, everyone, you know, I don't agree with him. He's clearly fairly intelligent, or well expressed. Although when he starts talking about that women's boxing, I'm like, blood clot. No, you can't take nobody seriously. Talk seriously about women's boxing, but the fact he's like white fight, it's his prerogative, is what I'd say. I don't back it. I'm like, I know where he stands. You get me? You know, and if you're white and you're a friend of his, you'd be like, I know he ain't got my back. But as far as him bigging me up, whatever, man. It's better to have that than haters. No, it's good to have haters as well, but as long as they're, you know, the kind of people you want to dislike you. You know, you can't be like, you don't want to be liked by everyone because that means you're not saying anything of any importance. You get me? But yeah, I don't really care anyway, man. Somebody said that it occurs these were troons, or else it's such nonsense, man. Yeah. Oh, they'll commit suicide. Like, where were all these suicides years ago? There weren't any. Why? Because they weren't. This sickness, this indoctrination was not pushed. It didn't happen. There ain't no, oh, I was born in the wrong body. Oh, I should really. It's just BS. People always get confused. People get manipulated, very, very easily manipulated to think certain things. And they're like, oh, yeah, maybe I am. And like my mate got a son, right? Yeah, nice kid, intelligent, sweet kid. You were like 12. Come back like one time from school, go, oh, I think I'm gay. And like the dad's like, what? No, you ain't, man. And the mother's like, oh, no, oh, stop being so macho. I'm going to take him to some batty business parties for teenage kids. And I mean, real stuff like that. And, you know, a few weeks later, the kid's like, oh, Dad, I'm sorry, man, I'm not gay. I'm like, women, I don't know why I said that. Because you're getting so indoctrinated. Huh? And you get these, and when the body and the mind is young, you get these ideas put in your head and you start thinking they're your thoughts and they're real. It's sickening. You know, as for suicide, I'd check out, you know what the suicide rate for Troons is? 41%. I don't know. And people the most important thing about knowing whether something's true or not is data. Not, oh, look, these people kill themselves because of that. Have you got any proof of that? No, I could just see it. I can, you know. No. What does the data say? Oh, I'm sick of these people, blood. God, Danny, what do you think of Marilyn Manson? He set up by Hawks from actress Rachel Wood and credits for Shakedown. One of them now admitted it was all scams. I don't know that story, so I had no idea. But he's a Satanist anyway. Yeah, he claims he became a Christian recently. He's playing that thing where they want to make Christianity as degenerate as possible, so you get fools like him pretending to be Christian. Larry Jablinsky, good to see you, my brother. 1, 2, random question the other day. Is that half a random question? I was met with a Muslim friend. He said that the Bible isn't completely reliable because it'd be other sometimes. I heard responses before. 2, what it was, but I'm not sure what it was. Okay. I mean, this is a boxing channel, right? So it can't just religion. I mean, it's a difficult thing, especially with Islam. The Quran was not written down for years. It was passed orally. Arabic, it was originally. I don't think Arabic was even the original language of Muhammad. It was Aramaic or something like that. It wasn't written down for over 100 years, so it's passed orally. Yeah. So they say also there's so many contradictions in the Quran that they had to invent something called abrogation, which means if there's a conflict between this verse and that verse, we have to the later verses abrogate the earlier verses and become the true. You know, come on, man. So they're basically saying, "Oh, God changes his mind all the time." You know, so I'm not going to I can't get too much on this. I don't want to upset nobody. It's very. I'd like to be able to talk honestly and rationally, but also this is YouTube, bro. You know, and people get annoyed and like. There's certain topics that I would love to talk about purely. Things like World War II things and that. But I can't because we're on this platform. Man, that sounds like hell, man. And it is, man. Yeah, I almost cried at that, man. I mean, that's another thing, yeah, because it'd be used by elites for years to kind of pigeonhole people. You're the working class, you do that, and yeah, you should be real proud. You're the middle class, you do that, these jobs. You're the upper class, yeah, you're the elites, you know, and they'll teach them different things as opposed to what they wanted to do. Got to Danny says, get Chubby over 5K subs. Yes, subscribe. Still not getting paid till June, though. My boy War Master in the house. We said, Chubby, how's it going, brother? Great to see you. Yeah, I've been asked this question a lot, which are very good. I love me funds. Yeah, I've been a bit dispirited. I've been a bit demoralized. I had in real life stuff I had to take care of business with. But I've been now demonetized because of grass, so that's really annoyed me. And I couldn't upload for a week. And I got a strike now because of this grass. But yeah, I'm back in the game. I'm gonna keep doing videos, but it you know, after the amount of work I put in to get monetized, and however little it was, you know, the most I ever made in a month was £687, and I grafted hard on that month. And then I grafted real hard on the merch, and then the shop got closed down. It's like I get persecuted because my channel is truthful. You know, 687 ain't a lot of money, but it's a side thing for me, and was something that I enjoy. Something that I want to spread truth on. It's not going to pay my life, but after all that work, you know, even if you're only earning, you know, £8 a day on ad revenue, you know, there's something to show there. So yeah. Yep, that's correct. 16 times more likely. 16 times more likely. Yep, exactly what I just said is a wrong one. There is that a lot. Mentally ill people, autistic people are especially prone to being pushed certain ways. No, brilliant. Yeah, what's up? Cheers for the answer. My bad for going. Oh, don't worry, man. We always go off topic. It's not purely about boxing, you know. But I would want to just talk about boxing. It's an opening to try and red pill and talk about all kinds of things. So don't worry about that. It's just that some topics we can't talk honestly about on this platform, you know, as much as I'd like to. Like I said, you know, that's many religion, that's many certain kinds of lifestyles. You know, you can hint stuff. The WW2 thing, the history being nonsense. So yeah, no problem, bro. It's just it's painful because you can't have the honest conversation about certain things, man. How many people have got? 25. You know, my biggest one. I had 75 people on at once. That was good. What's the time? 2:20. These are good, man. I've been talking bare things, man. Yes, my boy. Yapira Chiti. Triple busy. Salute, sir. Keep up the good work. Don't get this on. Best box challenge you. Thank you, bro. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not really that much. I've been erratic. Also, like, I looked at my older videos and I put in a lot more. You know, skits and so I don't want to get back to that kind of stage, but like, as I said, in real life, gotten away for a bit, but more now. I mean, it's the money thing because, like I said, I'm not getting rich off this, but like, you know, maybe I made $4,000 last year, but that's $4,000 I didn't have doing something that I love. You know, and it's the persecution. You know, and there's a channel I follow called. Well, it was called the Call for an Uprising. It's a red pill channel, a Christian channel, right? These guys had to open 12 channels in like 5 years or less. They keep on getting, and they give him strikes for nothing. They demonetize stuff for nothing. And he had all these different tricks. He kept on having to open new channels. And in the end, they just struck every single one of his channels, zapped, nuked last week, right? Without no explanation, without no strikes, some of these, they will come after you because they don't like certain things, right? Yeah, we have some theological conversation. You know what? We've had 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's been great. I wasn't nervous, but I hadn't done it for so long. I was like thinking, wow, man. I hope it goes well. You know what I'm saying? And I did. I had some great questions. Talk about some great things. Like I there's loads of things I've planned. I'm a bit disorganized. You know, when I say Patreon, people are like, "Oh, you're not big enough to have Patreon." Well, maybe, but so that I can speak a bit more freely to me fans that subscribe. You know, subscribe. And I would charge like £1 a month. You know what I'm saying? It's just so that you have a private platform to talk about that, and maybe a Rumble as well. So you can talk about Rumble are not as you know, not a YouTuber, not as. I mean, they will probably eventually become like it because BitChute has become there's always closing channels down now. But at the moment, Rumble, but of course, it doesn't have the monopoly that YouTube does. Less people visit it. But I should probably open Rumble and maybe have some specific Patreon videos. And also, you remember I had 2 channels before this that got fucking nuked blood. So I got all these old videos, and I've got a couple of videos that got zapped here that, you know, I can upload those on Patreon. There's other stuff that's an alternative Patreon as well. That's not the only one. There's other things, you know, the less well-known people are less strict, but then you get less people going there. But I mean, there's a lot of things I can do, you know. I mean, you know, I started the merch line, and you know, I sold like 3 or 4 items or something. But my original shop was zapped. I put in so much work for that, yeah. And so even Teespring taking off a bunch of my designs, some of the best ones, and you know, it's like pissing in the wind a lot. And like my man called from Uprising, the stuff that he's done and gone through. He's actually got his own website that he does it and hosts videos and stuff on. But he was very hard. Good videos, man. But like he's had 12 channels mute now. All that content gone. So yeah. My boy Piss goes, thanks for the stream. God bless. Good night. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm going to keep reading whatever we got here. Shall we cut down? Shall we get on some more platforms? Right, exactly. I need to organize myself. I'm a very disorganized guy. Like the ideas are all there, but I'm kind of disorganized. It be slightly autistic, right? Slightly autistic and disorganized, and I don't like to use terms like autistic, ADHD, all this kind of stuff. But my mind works in a certain manner, and it lacks focus, organization, but it's creative, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I need to do a lot more. But like I said, it's like if it were full time, I've got work on to do works on the side, man, to get money to live, right? So you know, as I said, my biggest, I wore about $4,000 for 10 months work or whatever. You know, better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Danny just says the UFO's trying to stop trouble. Yeah, that's right. Inversion says obviously better than Rumble. I've heard that. Is it what's the word? Monetized? Do they have money? They have the ad platforms. The one thing about the ad platforms is, you know, what's his name? YouTube is disgraced. You only get 10 to 15% of the ad revenue, but at least it's a steady revenue, right? Well, not for Chubby now, but I think Rumble gives you like 60% or something. But because it's so much smaller and all that, and should be with Rise. I'll tell you what, I won't go away. Believe that. I've had 2 channels nuked. I've been persecuted. I've had my life threatened a number of times. Right? Truth is more important, bro. It's not an ego thing. That's one of the reasons why I don't have my face. I don't want to know, fucking people want to know what I look like. You know, who cares, man? It's not. I'm not interested in that shit. I want to talk to me fans, get some truth out, have a laugh as well, for crying out loud. Never heard of Odyssey. Yeah, have a look, man. It's another video sharing channel. Am I dead yet? You on Gab? I did have a no at present. I kind of stopped my social media. I did have a Gab account. And what's the other one? Is Zap Parlay? You know, with so many accounts and some, it's like, and that's done on purpose. I've got Twitter for this. Should we? But I don't really use it. You know, I'm not that interested. I mainly use it just to look at what's going on. I think I've got 5 posts on it. I've got a small Insta. Some of me fans we PM, but you know, again, I don't have no Facebook. I don't have no personal stuff. Should be Rise like Greenblatt. I don't know if I could be the hero of Greenblatt. I don't think I could lose my arm or grow to 6'9". You get me? Or save like 100 people from the Twin Towers. I don't think I'll be that brave, but thank you, bro. So yeah. Oh yeah, inversion. So he's talking about it. I can't keep up with videos from Core Fight He makes too many videos like it's a full-time job. I can't keep up. If he posts once a month, he would get banned and I can watch it. He would get banned and I watch it. Yeah, he's very passionate about his work. And it is his full-time job. Because certainly the money he's getting now is, it's not, he's been nuked, but in the past, at one point he had a channel with 500,000 subscribers, and he got good money from it. He's also got a subscription, a website, and he doesn't do it for the money. But if you can, to make money or be rich, if you can make enough money, to pay for your normal lives, you don't need that much money, man. If you're not greedy and you're not buying stupid designer clothes and nonsense like that, jewelry, drugs. I don't like my drink, to be honest with you, but like you don't need that much money. But in order to, right, I reckon like in the UK, right? Let's say if you didn't, then you got to factor in mortgages, but you can live. What was the average salary for the UK? I think about 35k, and you can live a normal life like that. I don't make 35k from this channel. Like, what would he have made? I don't know. I'd have to look more. But he would have had enough money to support himself. Plus, but now he's got nothing. that's how easy it's taken away. And my digit wouldn't go on Twitter now. I had an account at one time. Twitter's a joke. I don't really have a Twitter so that I can, see what's happening on Twitter. Because otherwise, you scroll down and it just goes boom. You need to sign up. You can't see what's going on, and that's really all it is. Reese goes, probably Alexandra is a good channel. What's that, man? Is that the name of a channel? Probably Alexandra. Tell me and I'll have a look. If you think of things were real businesses, right? Twitter's the most important, the most interesting one, right? So Twitter keep ban. They banned the president. You imagine that? The president of the United States of America, technically the most important politician in the world. They banned him from Twitter for what? Oh, they just didn't like him. Oh, he's white wing. Now, Twitter makes his money. I don't know how many followers it. 100 million. Twitter makes his money like this. It's got adverts. That's all. That's his only revenue, right? So the more people visiting it, right, the more big accounts they have, the more money they make. So why would you zap all these accounts, whether they're white wing or not? You wouldn't if you're a businessman. Because so these are not genuine businesses. They're censorship tools. They are trying to change the way people think. They made that with Twitter. And Google admit they've got fined for it. They're pushing certain agendas, but not others. It's all bullshit anyway, because right and left and conservative and whatever, Democrat or Labour, they're all nonsense anyway. They're all sides of the same coin, blood. Greenblatt now. Greenblatt is an oil driller, obviously. Another boxing oil driller. I'm a boy, Tommy Gunn. Trying collabs. Yeah, he said he would. I think he's a lone wolf. He does his own thing. He's quite disorganized, and so am I. So, I just don't know how it works in reality, and what we can do. Yeah, if maybe if me and him was sitting there, we were having a laugh, maybe something. Maybe, but these things take organization. I live in my mother's crib in the basement. If it takes, when you get two disorganized guys, it's difficult. Emperor Mark want to do collab, but there's difference. How is it going to happen? How's it going to work? These, it's possible, but not at this stage. Not right now. I'm saying maybe this year. I just don't know. Would it be worth it? What people get out of it? How's it going to help? I don't know. How will we organize it? All this kind of thing, man. Sometimes I don't even know how to get out of bed. Just be careful he doesn't bring his knife. Time cool, man. He only uses his knife against women like Ted Bundy. She only rarely uploads. Reese says, "Is this the Alexandra person you're talking about?" Let me check this out on my phone. It used to be AKA Skins' phone. Look, property of AKA Skins, but I managed to have it off him. I think he was blowing someone in the toilet. Sam Stroller stole the phone and he passed it to the Triple B. Right, so what's the woman call that? What's she called? Probably Alexandra. Blood clot. I can't open my phone. They've been hacked. Probably it was a YouTube channel, I'm supposing, right? Probably Alexandra. Shit, I need to check my cash up. Is that what it's called, man? Can you tell me, please? Okay. Probably Alexandra. I'll have a look at it later. I won't have a look at it now. I'll check it out. Are you saying it's she red pilled or whatnot? Who is this woman? What's she into, man? The version says Odyssey is better than Rumble since Rumble sued Odyssey for accusing Rumble of fake characters. That happened when Rumble got bigger and more establishment. Okay, what are the monetization aspects of each one? Do they have advertising? This kind of thing, because that makes a big difference, man. What do you think of Time Move serial killer video someone made? Do you say, yeah, it was fairly funny, man. It was fairly funny. Everyone's going nuts in the chat, so it's really good. It wasn't bad. There was some good bits to it. The voice he used was a bit weird, but it was quite funny. It wasn't, I don't know if it was as hilarious as everyone said. Daniel Skolos, ¿qué pasa, hombre? Ese. The truth is priceless, mate, and Beat Worship channels are good Whole content. Truth. There's so many channels. Send me that on Instagram. I don't know, man. I'll forget otherwise. I think Time would do a Discord call, video collab. Yeah, I don't use Discord much. I don't trust it. I mean, also, there's so many apps and so many different bits of tech. It's just, I get tired just thinking about it. Fury and Warren making fools of themselves. Yeah, absolutely. Pittsburgh's Boxing King Media suspect. He tried to buy one of times Pittsburgh. He sounds so camp. Hello, with Boxing King. No, that's an American voice. He's like Asian, isn't he? I'm here with Time Booth, and I'm going to ask Time Booth about the piss bottles. Yeah, he's fruity, that one. Fruity. To be honest, I don't know about monetization. I mean, I could have a look at it. I mean, I use Google or whatever, DuckDuckGo or whatever you want, Brave, whatever. Adamski. So you want to be free, live your life the way you want. Will we live or will we die? Adamski, I remember the original Adamski. Back in my Parrot radio days, we said the same thing that's happening now. We get taken off air, not because of legality, but because we're independent voice. We were schooling. Right, absolutely. That's why they victimize you. I mean, how much money were people losing for pirate stations? Not in blood. Hardly anything. And also like people who listen to pirate stations are because they're edgier and they want to hear something different. It's not like people Radio 1 listeners are suddenly going to listen to pirate radio. Yeah. They pick off ages. That's why they're trying to stop pubs and that as well, because they don't. Their plan is to have people working from home, living at home, being hit with a propaganda, boom, boom, boom. And because of CGI and how advanced it is and chats, no one's going to know now what's real and what isn't. But you can be hit with the messages again and again. TV. How you go in some people's houses, like they got 4 massive TVs and it always on. And that's what they want. They don't want the pubs. They want people in the pubs talking to other people, and discussing subversive things. They always used to say, the governments, that things like pubs and meeting rooms are subversive environments. The pub industry is dead, going to be soon. They don't want people speaking, and now people are speaking online and they don't even know when they're speaking to a real person. It's going to be so good. We're talking like 5 years away. It's already so good. You get me? Yeah, absolutely, man. Totally. Thanks, Adamski. To be free, live your life the way you wanna. Will we live or will we? Hello, what is this? Simon Kagwa Injala. A friend from Uganda. Uganda, number 1 place, nobody business. Hey, why is Tyson again? I don't know. Tyson needs to speak to Pastor Dr. Martin Semper and be regular. Do you remember him? They will eat the poo-poo like ice cream. One of the other things the homosexuals do is a practice called feasting. A man will put his hand into another man's anus. You remember that? Pastor Dr. Martin Semper. I don't know, it's probably not even available anymore, but eat the poo-poo. That was some funny stuff. Pierce did some thoughtful posts, but occasionally you get randomly Billy Joe sandwiches, Billy Joe sausages, Billy Joe sandwiches. He's about like 16 stone now and he's a blood clot. I said I was going to get off about 20 minutes, but I'm enjoying this year. Yeah, let me tell you this for nothing, Simon. Simon Kagwa Unjala, he puts the hand deeper. That was one of the funniest videos I ever watched, man. But the weird thing about it is now I realize he was right. That's the crazy thing. Why did you decide to become a king? Let Africa know about the party business. Today, drag queen, yeah. And there's Pastor Dr. Martin Semper says, why are you trying to bring this sickness to Africa? And he was right. Right. I'm going to eat. So I am managing to eat, man. I've been able to drink my drink because the Greenblatt knows. Oh, hang on. Also, bought these. They're like CBD gummies, right? You don't get high off them, right? But they're meant to super relax you. I had a couple of them. Yeah, they're quite nice, man. I was relaxed. I got quite relaxed. Once I've been clearing up my crib, I forgot about this. See what that is? It's orangutan. I love orangutans. They're such beautiful creatures, and the way they build, you know, when it rains, they build umbrellas and they hold it. Well, they're so intelligent. I mean, they've been wrecked by disgusting human beings. But what should I call him? Look at his arms. Look how long they are. Should I call him Deontay? He's cute, there, man. I like orangutans. I also found this. I forgot about this, right? So, you see that? It's Boris Johnson, right? Now, I bought this for Tyson. It's a toy for dogs to chew, you know? He took one look at it, looked at me like, you're a mug, and walked off, and he's never touched it. You know, this is wrong. But I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I ain't no Labour or no. They're bad as each other. They're two sides of a different coin. They're just there to fool you into your vote counts. They're both wrong. And, you know, Boris Johnson's probably a nonce as well. Yeah, it's Eastern, war. We're going to release a virus and get as many people as we can. Working class people shouldn't reproduce, but you can have loads of kids. And hey, I'm a gorilla. Be a gorilla. Come on, Boris. I'll smash your batty hole like a blood clot pussy hole. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Right, where we at? A few more questions, then I'm going to jet. I don't know what I'm going to eat, but it's going to be good, man. Because when I don't get my drink on, I love to cook nice food. I do like piri, homemade curries. I did a beautiful steak yesterday, right? Which is a different way. I'll just quickly tell you, right? So I got a steak. It was a cheap one, right? A rump steak, an essential, right? From Iceland. You get the skillet or whatever. You get the pan or whatever. You want it cast iron if you can. You turn on the oven about 240. You leave it on till it's warmed up. You get the skillet till it's hot. Meanwhile, you get your steak. You put a bit of seasoning on it if you want, or you can just put nice salt. More than salt is the best, or some of that pink thing, and squash it. And this is, by the way, take the moisture off with the paper towel first, and then you get the seasoning. You put it on each side. Then by this time, your ting is hot. You get a pair of tongs. You sear even the side of the steak. Then you put it 1 minute each side. Boom. Then you've seared it, and then you put it. And meanwhile, your oven is on. And you get your steak, you get me? And it's still in the same pan. So it has to be like a cast iron solid, or, you know, it can't, whatever. And you stick it in the oven. If you want it, I like medium rare. So 4 minutes, take it out, flip it on the other side, 4 minutes. You take it out, man. And the moisture is retained in the meat because you've seared it and you've cooked it in the oven rather than cooked it, you know, just on the hot plate. And you cut it thin. Blood clot. I mean, this is the cheapest steak. I was sitting there eating and going, this is delicious, man. So, yeah. Sorry, man. I'm on a bit of a tangent there, man. Is that Gidget? Okay, my boy. Take it to HBC. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you, bro. I was trying to sort out that Cash App link. Thank you for my boy Tommy the Tommy Gunn telling me. I don't know. I have to see it. They might have stopped the promotion, but I'm sure there'll be another one. Brian Sirius. Yes, I got to say hi to my boy Brian Sirius. Brian, you ain't been here. We've gone almost 3 hours, so we're going to cut soon. But yeah, what's up, man? Fury's a cash cow. I don't know, man. I'm so sick of that man, blood. Sick of that man. He's a fool. Called it orangutan. Tyson Fury. No, that's an insult to orangutan. Orangutans are lovely creatures as well, and they get persecuted. It disgusts me. They're really gentle. Some primates are really violent, like certain kinds of chimpanzees, especially the bonobo chimpanzee. You know, they rape the women and they beat themselves to death to eat the kids for things. Like orangutans are not like that. They're super civilized. They're more civilized than humans. In fact, where they're from in Sumatra and Borneo places, the locals call them the forest people. I think thought they were people. Yeah, they're beautiful creatures, man. So I'm not going to call him Tyson Fury. I might call him George. Do you think George is a good name? The Tories, I mean, whatever, man. You know, it's illusion of choice. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you will come to the same. You know, what'll happen will come to the same. Might take a slightly different route, but everything's, you know, Tories, with the anti-immigrant party, with it. Then more people have come in under the Tories in their votes and things than before. And, you know, Cameron, oh, yeah, we will definitely have a referendum for Brexit, you know, and how many years did it? It's all nonsense, man. You know that. Oh, okay, I'll write that down, man. Steve Owen, unfortunately got killed by some giant stingrays, didn't he? The thing is, right, I've got to be honest with you, Pierce and everybody, I don't watch nature programs because, or even, you know, films about, I mean, dogs and stuff because there's always something that upset me. I don't care about humans being whacked and stuff like that, but they always have something about the animals being hurt or even if there isn't as well. We look at these animals going, look, they're so beautiful, and people are just burning their forests down and stuff. But I will put it in Steve Irwin and the orangutan. Yeah, I think it would upset me because I would think these beautiful creatures are having their environment, they're, you know, destroyed and they steal the little babies and keep them as pets. I mean, sickens me. Humanity sickens me, man. Not all of us. Obviously, me fans are great, but you know, yeah, man. You know, I love animals. Blood clot, still going for the funds. Keep speaking the truth. Yes, brother. I keep on trying to go, right, I got to go. I got to eat something. But I'm enjoying it, man. It's been some time as well. Also, get your one on Spain to beat Scotland. Okay, I'll have a look at that, man. I've been doing okay in my betting. I'll tell you, you know, I told you my system, or I'll tell you my system another time. It takes a bit of time. But so last year, I was at £1,080 in profit. Now, that's not a lot, but I've got a lot of money to bet. But if someone come and go, here you go, here's a grand, you'd be like, yes. Or if you've got a scratch card and you want a grand, you'd be like, yes. Yeah, it took me a bit more time, but I'm doing something I like, analyzing data, yeah, and then seeing if I'm right. So yeah, so what you're saying, like Spain to beat Scotland, yeah, I mean that would make sense anyway. Is that a good price, 8 to 11? Is that what you're saying? Because I mean, I would expect Spain to beat Scotland regardless. Free play for this currency, yeah. When CBDC ting comes in. Brian goes, why are you demonetized? What happened? Even a real quick explanation. Yeah, so I will give a quick explanation. I mean, obviously, so firstly, I got a sudden signal saying, oh, you've been demonetized because you do too many videos which are not original content, which is like nonsense. Most of them are 100% original. But they mean the shorts. So quite often I have a little short video, or you're just taking something off. You're not allowed to take, they don't want to encourage people just to take little clips off social media, which is nuts. My Tyson Fury video when he's off his nut has got 2 million views. Think about what business that generates them. And these are shorts. They're only a minute. Obviously, they're going to be little clips. So I had the chance to like appeal and all that. But then a big fat wrong'un grasped me up after I exposed him, got me a strike, got my video taken down. And now they told me, you can't reapply now for monetization until your strike is expired. So I got to wait till June 5th or something. It's sickening, man. Yeah, but cheers. So that's a quick one. I explained it a few times, obviously, but obviously I'm happy to say it was great to see you anyway, Brian. Honestly, Chubby, this clip is amazing. How beautiful creatures are ranked down. Steven's top also really poor. Yeah, what a shame, man. I love good people. I love animals. I don't trust people that don't like no animals, man. But I will. I'll put that. Like I said, I'll put that down in my AKA Skins' phone. Right, I've definitely got to go for sure. Okay, guys, I'm going to go now, correct? Because I will be here forever. What's the time anyway? Blood clot. It's almost 11. Thanks, guys. It's so good to link up and talk to people. No homo. You know, yeah, it's a real shame about the demonetization thing. We'll get there. You know, this is just part of the unfortunately, it's part of the persecution you get for being truthful. Version talks about Joyce Zhang. I love that. I won't talk about that because otherwise I'll never stop talking. I'm gonna do a good video for that. Yeah, it's an interesting fight. Good night, Chubby, says Reece. Yeah, good night. Good night, everybody. Sleep well, yeah. And hi to me Australian friends. Don't go to sleep because you're getting up for the day. My boy Cyborg Boxing and other Australians. Anyway, peace, guys. Peace in the Middle East. Great to talk to you. George says good night. Good night. Oh, does that look like he's doing a wanking? No. Anyway, yeah. Okay. See ya. I speak soon, yeah? Do another one soon, man. Bend legs. Easy does it. Yes, my man. Good night, everyone. Yeah, great to hear from you. Peace in the Middle East.